work from OBS.
If they don't drop down from you?
No, it doesn't. Like you know how OBS you start the stream and then it tells you fill in all the information, and I fill it in. It doesn't do nothing. I have to go to YouTube and edit everything there.
Well, that's what I do too. But I think if you change from events to something else, that it sticks.
Yeah, I just be like, fuck it. I
think it's the other one. Hold on, let me go. New live control. I don't know if it's showing me live now yet or what. Let me live events. Let me drop that one more time. Live control room. Like this shit. No, let me go back out. Well, this ain't it. Hold on. Well, I'm live now. I see that I'm live now. All right, hold on one second. Ladies and gentlemen, this is just as you guys come in. You know the rules. Well, actually, I'm talking to nobody. I just went live. I'm talking to myself, right? I'm talking to myself. Shit. Do you hear me in the back? Shit. Do you hear me in the back? Hold up. Pace. We got right here. Let me scroll up. Bam. We got here. Let me right here. Let me see. Hold on one second. Guys, come in, type set. We're going to shout you out. Type set. Hold on. MC Streamlabs. MC Sony. No, wrong one. Sony versus Disney. We got here Spider-Man. Spider-Man. It's going down right now. That's real deep, man. PS5. We got Gamescom. It's 2019. Some big news coming out of Gamescom though. 2019 we got here. What else do we have? Xbox. Alright. Hold on one second. Well, we go. Advanced settings. Here we go. Spider-Man. Put that in there. Let me go right here. Usage. Monetization. Let me save that. Let me go to view page. Alright. I better see myself and see you guys, I believe. Let me save that. Let me mute myself here. It's only 13 people watching so far, but listen, do me a favor. Listen, I got 13 people in here, only 3 likes. As you guys come in, I'm here with a very special friend of mine today, my man P-Rock. We haven't really done nothing together on air, just him and I in a minute, so I just caught him at the spur of the moment. Not going to be here too long, but we're going to have a great show, you know what I mean? Me and my man P-Rock got great chemistry. Here to entertain and to inform. Like as you guys come in, like I said, type something in the chat. We can shout you out. I'm just gonna put this here on Twitter and fit in a couple of the Facebook groups. Let me see. Hold on one second. Shit. Okay. All right, we got here. Bam. I gotta show you how to do the other thing too. You know what I mean? What you off tomorrow or whatever, bro?
Oh yeah, I'm off tomorrow.
Right
now it's 9:30 right now where I'm at.
Like I said, tomorrow hit me up or whatever, or maybe what's the name.
Well, I'm doing something with the wife though, so I'm off tomorrow. But usually that's why usually Saturdays. And sometimes Sundays, me and my wife, we just do anything. We just, get out the house.
Fucking eating bagels and pizzeria. What the fuck, man? God
well, we do whatever the fuck.
Hey, y'all some sightseeing. I envy you, man.
Yeah, we everywhere, man.
I see, bro. I see.
But here's the thing. So when you live out here, right? Like going, let's say, like I only live 6 hours away from Paris. Mm-hmm. I could drive there. We could drive there for like a weekend, right? Or I could be in France in 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I could be in Amsterdam like in 5 hours. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So like driving around here and it's like, and it's bugged out because the first time I drove to France, right, to Paris, I was expecting like border patrols or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So we had our passports on the side ready. We didn't pass no border checkpoints tonight.
Oh damn!
Like it felt like driving like from New York to Virginia.
Damn.
Like nothing. You just drive, pay a toll, and you just keep driving.
Damn.
It's like it's crazy. It's like it's so accessible. Like I could drive, even though it's much longer. It's like 10 hours. I could drive from here to Italy.
Damn.
It's like driving from New York to North Carolina. It's crazy.
I got a question, right? What year was this? I believe it was in 2000. Yeah. Touch the box, and in 2000 we went to England. And we fought. We never had like a score like a one nation. We fought the England team, right? And I think Ireland and stuff was there. And I remember they had a pair of Jordans that were. I know it was like but it was like at the they had a little sneak store at the airport.
Pounds. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like 168. So I went up to $168. Like, this is petty, man. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's 168 pounds.
Yeah, it was like $200 for me.
Yeah, like the equivalent would be like $200. 200, like 200. Yeah.
They eating shots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Some countries you get more for the dollar. I mean, well, a lot of countries they use the euro now because of the European Union.
Oh yeah. So what's over? Listen, I'm sorry, I'm not to bore you guys. I'm going to go to the show. Just do me a favor. Come in, hit the like button, and type something. We're going to shout all you guys out too. But tell me, that was what they exited the Europe. What's going on with that?
Like in terms of what?
I thought a lot of countries were exiting the euro or something or whatever the case.
Who? England?
Yeah. Is it one? Listen, is it one currency for all of Europe? Well,
so no. So I think some people say I'm loud, but so it's anyone who's part of the European Union. They use the euro. So it's like Italy is part of the European Union, Spain, France, Germany, and a bunch of other countries. But it's not all of Europe. You know what I'm saying? It's just a European Union. And what the European Union is kind of like an agreement for commerce, certain rules, stipulations, and stuff like that to make commerce, business, and travel a lot easier. I mean, there's a lot of it going on, but it's supposed to simplify the processes between, the countries. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? And any country that's in the European Union, the standard money is the euro.
Euro.
Mm-hmm. Other countries that's not part of the European Union, they still use their own basic currency.
So will they take your euros, or you have to transfer it and transfer?
No. So I go to let's say like the money I use here in Germany, it works in Italy, it's good in Spain, Portugal. You know what I'm saying? They won't take dollars. You have to. So what you have to do is so if you come to the.
They won't take your American dollar. They took.
Hell nah, because they use it. It would imagine if somebody tried to pay you a euro, you'd be like, "What the hell is this?"
Well, I'm just saying.
You have to go to the airport and do a money conversion.
But I'm just saying when I was in England, I was at the airport. They took my money. Wasn't ruining anything.
Did you convert it or you took it at the airport?
No, I didn't do that. He just took my money.
In the airport though?
Yeah, he took my money.
Yeah, in the airport they'll take it.
Yeah.
The airport they take it because they could convert it right down the spot. So so the international airports they'll take whatever currency, they'll do the conversion for you, and then boom, that's it.
Yeah, and then everything's done for you. Yeah. But like I said, I've been a few other places.
Somebody asked a question. What part of Germany I'm in? I'm in Böblingen.
Oh, okay, like I said, I'm giving you guys a little culture briefing before I'm putting the show in a couple other Facebook groups about the room was filling up. And like I said, as you come in, also put the hit the like. But I'm gonna ask you a question: are you gonna stay there when you finish? Or are you gonna? Where you gonna?
No, this is my 3 years tour, so I got 2 more years. 20 is when I'm due to leave. So it's a 3 year tour.
Are you leaving then? Or are you out?
Like out of the military or just out of Germany?
Yeah, but what are you gonna do when you?
So it depends. So I could do up to 30 years. So it comes down to promotion. So right now I'm a master sergeant. So I got one more rank, which is master gunnery sergeant, E9. That's the highest I can go. So it comes down to whether I'm able to get that rank, or it also depends on my health too. Because even though it doesn't matter how old I am, you still have to meet the standards, like the physical fitness, the training. I still have to do all that shit. Like I still 2-3 times a week I run like 4 miles. So I still got it. That shit hurts. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be fucking ODing on fucking Motrin and shit. So it depends on my health too. Like if I notice at a certain point it's just too much, then I'll just put in for retirement. But right now I'm eligible to retirement because I hit 20 years like 3 years ago.
Damn, bro.
Yeah. So when did I hit? Like 2016, I hit 20 years.
If you don't mind me asking, like, what made you go that way? I'm sorry. We're gonna start the show, ladies and gentlemen. Look.
So this is what happens. So this is the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
So help you pray.
So 1995, right? You got this skinny. You got this skinny ass Puerto Rican little kid. Puertorock, grew up in Brooklyn. I used to go to high school in aviation high school. My high school was aviation high school in Queens, right? At the time, it was the only high school in the country that you could graduate if you did everything you needed to do. You could graduate with FAA certified licenses to fix planes. and power plant
Damn.
and airframe. Yeah,
They
Stony.
still got them.
The school is still there, but I think there's more schools now that adopted the program across the country.
Oh wow!
But in '95, that was the only school. Like we used to have dudes from California. They moved out to go to that high school, right?
Oh, that's
so it was the only high school, not the only school. I don't want people to get confused. It was the only high school. That means like when you get a high school diploma, you also got, if you did what you had to do, you also got licenses. Yeah, you got your licenses to fix planes at 18, right?
Hey.
So when I signed up, I was 14 years old, right? And this, I was 13 years old. I was 14 years old. Picking my high schools, and when I learned about the high school, I'm thinking, oh shit, I'm thinking 1995. Damn, by the time I graduate high school, I could get a good job and work at JFK, LaGuardia, because I live right by there, right?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I'm fucking moving out of my parents' house because they keep whooping my ass and shit, right? This is old school parents. It's not like the parents we got today that they just say, little Timmy, please don't get mad at me. Nah, back in our days, I had the type of parents. I would go home with a broken leg. And my parents be like, well, who the fuck told you to do this shit? Like, motherfucker, my shit's still broken.
Yeah.
Like, are you gonna take me to the hospital or nah? Yeah. They used to curse you out. That's the type, right? So anyway, boom. I went to the school and I didn't like the program, right? Because in reality, fixing planes is no different than fixing cars. The only thing is it's bigger, right? Yeah. It's just a huge ass engine, right? And it's more strict to rules. Like in high school, like when we got to the part where we started fixing engines, like you couldn't leave the class until every tool was accounted for, because that's how it is in the industry. If there's one tool missing, you ain't going home because the tool could be inside the plane. They can't start that bitch because you're gonna kill somebody, right? I was like, fuck this shit. I was like, man, this ain't for me. But I still graduated, right? I just didn't go balls to the walls to get the licenses, right? But I still performed good to get a full scholarship at any city university in New York, right? So I was like, boom, I got a full ride to City University. I was gonna go to City University to New York. Damn, people are saying I'm loud. Am I that loud?
What you do is
how can I just
click on your name.
All right, hold on, because they're saying I'm loud as fuck.
Two things, right? First of all, at the bottom of your at the bottom
on Discord.
No. On the bottom of your PC, where it says type search right there, type in sound.
Oh, okay. Let me do this. I know where to go.
Go to sound. Then
I got it. I got to go then. All right,
and go to recording device. And then you go to microphone and levels and turn it down.
Yeah, let me turn because everybody's saying I'm louder than.
They know because you're using OBS. Sometimes either make your shit too low or make your shit too high. So when I'm like, I can't use it. Like, oh shit, let me go in and turn my shit up. Like sometimes it should be bugging.
Yeah, because these two, everybody's flipping out right now. Okay, so there we go.
Fuck is that Baron? That's a Spanish black Baron.
So anyway, I had a full ride and I chose Polytechnic University in Brooklyn, right? So I was like, cool, I'm about 6 months out. I got a full ride to scholarship, right? And then also around that time, all right, just a little bit of story. Stop whispering, I can hardly hear you. You know what? Y'all motherfuckers. But these motherfuckers, they're fucking with me now. But anyway, so around that time, my dad was doing a court case because he shot somebody, right?
Damn.
He fucking, I'm not going to go into the whole thing.
Billy Blanco from the Bronx. I'm sorry, yeah.
But my dad, somebody tried to fuck with him and he put 2 shots in the chest, 3 in the back. And I'm going to just leave it at that, right? So now my dad's about to go to jail, right? He's about to do his thing, right? But I got a full ride. But then something happened. A man named Rudy Giuliani became the mayor, right? And you know how 1990 New York was.
Yes.
Times Square, it was just porn shop after porn shop, strip shop,
peep shows.
It was peep shows. You get fake IDs, strip clubs. I mean, that whole area was just nasty, right? Nasty. For anybody that don't know, just go watch a movie from the 1980s dealing with New York. That was Times Square, right?
Yeah, peep shows, right? The truth.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, Giuliani's priority was to clean up New York, right? So he created the largest, at the time, NYPD became the largest police force in the country. I think like almost 42,000 strong. You remember them motherfuckers? You couldn't spit on a sidewalk without hitting.
They came up with this rule called TNT. They became cops up there, motherfuckers. Them
motherfuckers were all over, right?
Yeah.
But the money had to come from somewhere, right? Because we didn't magically make more money. The money had to come from somewhere, right? It came from the education fund. So anybody who had at the time who had a free ride to scholarship, whatever, it got reduced to 50%. So my shit got cut by 50%. Guess what? My dad's going to jail, right?
Yes, sir.
My shit got cut 50%. Can't afford it. I can't afford the other 50% to go to school, right? So I'm like, this motherfucker right here. All right? So then I'm thinking, all right, my uncle, I have two uncles that were, right? One of them was like, hey, join the military. You do 4 years, you get a job, you get a consistent check. You can help out your mom, because you get paid twice a month consistently, 1st and 15th. And then if you do 4 years honorably, they'll give you what's called the MGI, the Montgomery GI Bill. You get a full right to college. Full right to college. Plus, you'll have military service as part of your resume. You could pick a job that, kind of what you want. I'm thinking, what? Cool, right? So I went straight to the Marine Corps because that was what my uncle did, right? So I said, fuck it, I'm going to go straight to the Marine Corps. I went to recruiter's office. I signed up to... Well, I originally signed up was to be security forces because that's for whatever reason when you're 18, right? That's the first thing that comes in your head. When you think of the military, you think of the the guns and shit. Guns and butter. You know what I'm saying? It's like the guns and butter, baby. You don't think about nothing else. So you don't think about I'm gonna join the military to be a fucking computer guy. That's that like even though they have those jobs and those jobs are dope, you don't think about that when you're 17. You think of let me get some bullets. I'm gonna put rounds out range, right? So I wanted to do security forces. So I signed up with the recruiter. I did everything, right? But they didn't have that job. And I'm like, damn, I really want that job. So the recruiter's like, listen, I'm going to take care of you. Go to boot camp, but you're going to go as open contract, all right? If it's available, you'll get it. If it's not, then I'm going to warn you. The Marine Corps is going to, based on your test, the Marine Corps is going to choose what job they want you to do. And I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'll roll the dice, right? I went to boot camp, passed boot camp. In the end, after I graduated boot camp and went to what's called Marine Combat Training, that's when they told me what my job was. And when they told me it wasn't security forces because it still was closed, right? They didn't have enough slots. So the Marine Corps chose me to be a radio technician. I was like, radio technician? I'm like, all right, fuck it. I guess fuck it. So I'm like, fuck, I ain't killing nobody. All right, fuck it, whatever. I'm like, goddamn, I didn't know, like, what the fuck? They're going to have me in radio? What the fuck am I doing, right? So the guy was joking. No, actually he told me electronics technician. That's what he told me. He didn't say radio. He said electronics technician. I'm like, electronics. I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Like, what the fuck am I fix? The crazy and the dude that was training me on MCT, he was a grunt, so he didn't know either. But he made up some bullshit. He's like, all right, you see those light switches in the wall? I'm like, yeah. Well, when they break, somebody gotta fix them. I was like, oh hell nah. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. He's like, why? You think those things fix themselves? Somebody gotta do it. I was like, mother. So, but when I went to the school, is nothing like that. So I ultimately ended up being a radio technician, and ultimately all the military radios, satellite systems, networks, all that stuff we have to fix. So that was pretty cool. All the shit that we did, right?
Got a lot of experience around the world doing everything, right?
Yeah, so all that stuff, right? So during my 4 years, my first 4 years, right, fixing stuff, doing field ops, deploying, I actually liked the shit. Like, I was like, yo, this shit is actually dope, right? I'm like, man, I really like this. But I was still inkling to get out. So I was like teetering 50-50, right? So my last year, I was 50-50 getting out, right? And my boss, right, I got promoted to sergeant in 3 years. So they were like, my boss was like, man, you can't get out the Marine Corps, man. You this is for you, man. You're doing good, whatever. I'm like, yeah, I kind of like it, but, I kind of want to do college. He's like, all right, let me talk to the career plan. Don't make a decision. Let's talk to career plan. I'm like, all right, cool. So the career plan came up. He's like, all right, we'll make a deal with you, right? If you re-enlist for 4 years, we'll do a couple of things. Number one, we'll give you a $25,000 bonus, right? I was like, and this is 1999, right?
Ooh, money.
So 99, 25 G's? I was like, oh, shit, right? They said out of the 25 G's, you'll get half up front. So you'll get 12.5 thousand up front, right? The day you sign the contract, that should be in your bank account. And then every year after, you'll get, like, I think 4,000, right? Yeah. I was like, okay. Number two, we'll send you to your van school. Since you're a sergeant, we'll just send you ahead, do your van school, right? And I was like, all right, cool. Right? And then we'll give you orders to New York for 4 years to train reserves, since you want to go back to New York. So you go back to New York as an active duty Marine. Yeah. I was like, hell yeah. Yo, I was like, why the paper ain't in front of me, dog? So I signed that shit, right? So I signed it, and they did exactly what they do. Yo, the day I signed it, like 5 hours later, the money hit the bank. So After taxes, I ended up with like 9,000. I was like, oh shit,
They
right?
got him.
A week later, they cut my orders to California, right? So I went home for vacation. Then I went to California for my school. I was out there for 10 months, chilling in Cali. And then they kept me orders to New York. And boom, I was back in New York I actually ended up being there for 5 years. And that's where I ended up meeting my wife. But I was chilling in New York. I was like, yo, son, I cannot tell you. But anyway, that's a different story. But ultimately, I started out as compensation, for school. I just ended up loving the job.
Like, you loved up, bro. Shit,
I just loved the shit, and I just stood.
You could have, like my man was a new legend Shaolin. What's the legend of Shaolin walking from town to town, picking fist fights like myself, man. You lucked up with that motherfucker. Hey, like I said, as you guys come in, I'm finally finished. Like I said, hey, Porto, do me a favor. Could you shout everybody out in the chat for me, good brother? I'm putting it here on the website and promoting. Give me 1 second.
All right, hold on, yo, everybody to the chat. Let me see who we got up in here. We're gonna go down. We got. I'm just gonna say primitive because I'm not gonna say the last part. So we got Pumpkin Queen was good.
Pumpkin Queen, what's up, baby?
Cake Batter.
I love you, baby.
Mook Allen. Kevin Mack and Enrique Figueroa. You know what I'm saying? We got Dolphin Fan. My condolences. Twisted Sin. We got Blue. Rizom up in here. Twisted. Who else we got up here? Alex. We got fucking, the Instigator. The most dangerous pony. And stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Who else we got? Spider Drew. Who else we got, man? What's up, people? Shake Capo. He's a member.
Shake Capo.
I said George Bush had him pumped up from this.
Hey, Shake Capo. Inbox me on Twitter or either Instagram or what's the Discord. I can send you some more Patreon shit. Appreciate it.
Okay, no Russian says Z didn't make it that far in high school. Oh,
yeah,
shit.
I did. Actually, he got a college diploma. You didn't know.
Okay.
Duly noted.
Oh, shit. My man got Edric McKay. He doctors.
Shit, I was mad now.
He got a degree on pharmaceutical corner distribution. Oh, shit. Free flow. Myself, Brian Wright. What else we got here? Predator Kingdom. Motherfucker saying I'm still loud. That is probably because I'm just Puerto Rican.
Oh, y'all turn them down. What you next thing you can do here?
Me and Corhell, yeah. You can
turn your mic down inside the right click on your name.
Oh, and we got Holomoko, $20. 20 sec. He says, "Yo, Puertorock and Z, what's good, player?"
What's good, man? Shut up. Don't we going? Like I said, if you don't know me, my man Pete Rock, go back.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, man, we're gonna bring Digital Streets back because there's too much frauding going on here.
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun with my man. We always had. It was crazy. You know what? Me and you ever have an argument, Puertorock?
What happened?
Me and you never had an argument, anything? Any problems between us?
No, man. Not. You mean like drama?
Well, yes. Everybody got drama. Yeah, nothing.
No. Like the only time the only argument we ever got like online was video games. Like which generation had more games?
Oh yeah, I'm just something. We ain't never had no shit. You ain't never threatening me to touch a flame out the cat. Hey, see, you don't know I'm a 14-degree black belt. I would take a plane out there to fuck him up. I'm like, oh my god.
I told man. You listen. You can't have drama with a dude that can call people from Quantico. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, bro, let me tell you something. I never released that tape. That was YouTube Gold. I've never released that tape. Ever.
What?
The mom was recording. I go upstairs, hop in the shower. I come back. It was like 11 o'clock my time, so it's probably like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning your time. I come back down to the call to get back on. What are we gonna do? You and that motherfucker, D and that motherfucker, y'all niggas going at it. He said, he said, fuck it. I finessed him. Like, what the fuck? I gotta go get in the shower. I don't know who the fuck called you. It was like 5 o'clock in the morning. I would come out there and fuck you. I'm like, oh, these motherfuckers is crazy.
Oh,
man.
shit.
This shit was crazy.
Because I remember because he said some slick shit.
Yeah, he did. He was talking crazy.
D lost his
action name.
I'm like, motherfucker, you.
He texts me about, you don't know. I just got my motherfucking pink belt right now. I will fuck him up. I'm like, oh man, oh buddy, like, oh buddy. You sound like Mr. Parker. Mr. Parker hopped in the party like, I'm next with my hands and my feet. I knock you the fuck out, posing 10 seconds like that. Where the fuck did that come from? We ain't talking about gears. I'm knocking motherfuckers out. But yeah, man. Listen. Look, I know I didn't know that one.
I'm over 200 pounds. I'm like, just because you spend all day eating Whopper doesn't mean
How tall was you, D? I'm like, remember? Oh yeah, you. I'm gonna see you again. I'm fucking you up. I'm like, oh, these motherfuckers.
He said, "How tall is you?"
How tall is you, D? That shit was crazy. I done had some classic back this one. But anyway, getting right into today's show. Shout out to everybody that joined. Was putting the tags in here. Of course, Puertorock, I spoke to you on your channel, a little bit on my channel, but we haven't had an officially sit down one-on-one, you and I, mano, in a very long time, probably about a year or so, right? Maybe, give or take. Yeah. Maybe I'm lying. No, I'm not good goddamn lying. But anyway, Gamescom 2020 started. Well, the show started actually Tuesday, but the show and stuff like that started Monday, right?
Yeah.
You had Jeff Keighley with his show after, I think, at 2 o'clock our time. Microsoft started theirs off at 11 o'clock. Now, traditionally, how it used to be, for those who may not know, maybe you new to the console world, just even to this YouTube community, normally Sony, or used to, and Microsoft would have a show. And normally for either of these big two, not only talking about Nintendo's then start doing their own little weird thing. Maybe they might do a direct, but if you don't know, for those, I see some people discrediting Gamescom. Games actually is bigger than E3. It's for all of Europe. Gamescom is huge. You know what I mean? But like I said, normally they're probably going to get back to doing that next generation with the new consoles and stuff. But you usually get a show from Sony and Microsoft, and normally from the two you would get a big game announcement. The first time we really saw Quantum Break, was at Gamescom. I believe that was 2014, 15, whatever the case may be. But then they changed the actors or whatever the case, and Fable Legends Fable Legends and got canceled. And what's up, goddamn, with the dragons that you wanted from Microsoft?
Scalebound.
We saw all that there at Gamescom. Titanfall became a like I said, you had big announcements and big surprises at that show. But not so much now. Sony kind of shied away and started doing a Paris Game Week thing. I never heard of a Paris Game Week show. But what year was it? They had a really good one. They had some big announcements. Was that 16 or 17?
Paris Games Week. There was Ghost of Tsushima. Was it? Right?
But no, they slammed them about the woman beating someone when they showed The Last of Us. That was that Paris Week show. Which one was that?
No, so they
called it
the Last of Paris Games.
Detroit Become Human. They slammed them.
Detroit Become Human. Yeah.
It was that and the follow of the.
And I think they announced. I think that's where they announced Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, but that was at Paris. But then
that was the first. I think that's where they unveiled. Yeah.
So anyway, what I'm saying. So Microsoft had their Inside Xbox. Here's my disclaimer. Maybe you may feel a little different. And to me, in my honest opinion, I felt that this Gamescom Inside Xbox, to me, was a much better showing than E3 they had there. Microsoft,
you think so?
Yeah, in my opinion, Microsoft's E3 came up firing until they got to Cyberpunk 2077, and the rest of that shit was Bambi Simulator. You know what I mean? Now, don't get me wrong, this Gamescom thing had a lot of stuff in there for Game Pass. I don't know if you have Game Pass or not, but there's a lot of shit in there, motherfucker. A lot of goddamn games. Especially now. Devil May Cry 5, all types of shit in there. And they announced a new game, Vigor, that they showed off a few years ago, but now it's in there now. Everyone's jumping up and down about the Blair Witch game. Have a lot of stuff in there. But they also, what pulled at my heartstrings, and I'm going to get your opinion, they showed this whole montage for Gears of War 5, right? And they showed people's in line with Gears of War 1, 2, and 3. And I know. People don't maybe give Gears its just due what it gave to this gaming overall, as far as the third-person shooter. Like that was like the first of its time, snapping behind cover and all that all that shit came from Gears. You know what I mean? And it was huge. Like to be fair, I've always preferred Gears over Halo, but that's just me. It was huge. So, and again, I wish they would have showed that type of trailer or something at E3. But they didn't, but it came off well. We got the theme console, which I'm getting. Then right after that show there, literally after the show, Sony announces it's not by them. But before I get to that, what did you think about Microsoft Games thing? You know what I mean? Overall, like I said, my opinion, I want to I thought it was a better. I'm not saying it was a good show. It was a better than me than E3 as far as the pay.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. It was better E3, and mainly because of the Gears. Because to be honest, that's what people expected for E3. Mm-hmm. So what they deliver with Gamescom is what people expected for E3 and stuff like that. I think if everybody's real, Microsoft E3 was pretty bad.
Very bad.
It was almost as if not being there would have been the better decision. At least people would have just talk shit about, okay, you weren't there.
They're gearing up for next year. They're gearing up for 2020 or something.
You know, as the sayings go, it's better to keep your mouth shut and have people assume you're stupid than to open your mouth and confirm it. You know what I'm saying? It would have been better just because look at Sony. Nobody's harassing Sony anymore for not being at E3. Like nobody really cares anymore.
You got
it blew past it.
Yeah, past
you know what I'm saying? It blew past that. But everybody still remembers how bad Microsoft E3 is. You know, so it lingered. But they did a better job with Gamescom in terms of that. And it gives a big IP. You know, let's be honest. That's at this point that we know of the last hurrah for the Xbox One platform. Before Scarlet, because I know everybody's talking about, you know, Microsoft got all these new studios, which is true, and they take time to make games, which is true. But when they do make games, no one's gonna think about the Xbox One. You know what I'm saying? No one's gonna think about that. They're gonna think about Scarlet. So all these future games is for Scarlet. Sure, they might be playable on the Xbox One, Xbox One X, but no one cares about. That's no different than the beginning of the year. You had cross-gen games, right? Who was talking about the PS3 360 versions of these cross-gen games? Nobody. Everybody was focusing on the Xbox One and the PS4 version of the games. The last-gen systems, no one cared. It is, sure, you guys get to play it, good. Whoever didn't jump on board, fuck it. No one cares about you. We're talking about the latest and the new technologies and stuff like that. And the same thing's going to happen. Sure, some of these games are going to be cross-gen, but no one's going to care. No one's going to be like, ooh, I'm going to buy the Pro version. Like, who gives a fuck? Next-gen is here. That's what we're talking about, you know? So Gears is the last hurrah. It's the last big game. Sure, there might be some other games, you know, Battletoads, Ori, whatever the fuck. But Gears is the big game, you know? And that's why probably made Gamescom good. That's you know, and rightfully so.
I'm sorry, we talking about Forest Gears. Yeah, you know, Forest Gears. Are you playing Gears this year?
Oh yeah, I'm playing it. Hell yeah!
All right, well, maybe you can.
I gotta do something with this motherfucker.
With that, maybe we can run through the campaign together. We have fun.
Hell yeah!
But I gotta get you on that multiplayer to play, Rock.
All right, I'm gonna get on that multiplayer.
Yeah, and also like I said,
hopefully I gotta renew live. Because if I gotta renew this shit,
I got some codes. I was shopping with D Batch. You know, you don't hop in the DMs unless you got some codes to sell. But like I said, you know, like I said, as far as the Gears thing, like I said, I'm excited. And shout out to my man Stuart Stokes who bought my. I sold my Xbox One. It's like crackhead shit, right? I sold my Xbox One X Scorpio Edition because I had two of them, and for I sold. Actually, I didn't believe how you say cracking them across the head with the homie don't play that stick. But I sold them for $275. I've only been using it for like 4 months.
That's not bad.
I know, it's
that's not bad at all.
You support my channel, you know what I mean? And I'm going to get the Gears one. You know, it's like I got the God of War PlayStation 4 Pro. Yeah. That's my, I'm a huge God of War fan. I'm a huge Gears fan. So I put it up behind me after a while or whatever. You know what I mean? So
you're gonna get another version of the world power console.
Yeah, you know. No, but listen. To be fair though, I think this is the first game exclusive wise that we that's gonna come that they're making. I said, look, this is my disclaimer, and I told Rand this yesterday, right? And I'm going to say this again, by far, for those of you that have one, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And again, shout out to my man, Coop, man, who's a huge PlayStation dude. He said, I can't even front, bro. You know, I'm a Sony dude for real, through and through. But the multi-platform on this motherfucker is crazy. Like, he was talking about Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And I know, like I said, a lot of times I get a lot of the codes on the X or whatever. I got to hook up. Holla if you hear me. And I never really noticed the difference again until I was playing Battlefield on the Pro. And there is, you never heard me talk about resolution or that weird shit. I need more frame rate.
Graphics.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, but it's a difference noticeably between the X. That was just one game, and I saw a few others. Like, oh shit! So you got a 4K TV and HDR, and just like I said, this is my disclaimer. Far as technology-wise and what this console can do with the Dolby Atmos, Dolby Vision, really, it's top notch. So it's kind of baffles the fuck out of me. How could they, release a console like this and themselves not fully support it, because this console does a lot of shit, you know what I mean? And for them not to support it, think about what I'm saying, they released this motherfucker alongside Zoo Tycoon, Disney Rush, and Lucky Tales, 4K.
You could tell when Sony, even with the base PS4, you could tell Sony wanted to push the best looking games, best looking, best graphically. They want people to look at the games and be like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand with as much because you gotta admit, Microsoft talked more about Scorpio than Sony did with Neo. Like we had Scorpio talk for a fucking year, right? Microsoft was hyping it up. You know, they were doing the most. So you would assume that at the same time they're thinking we're releasing a Scorpio, right? We also gotta make these fucking banging looking games. We gotta take advantage of this fucking hardware. And it's like it's just crazy that they didn't do that. It's crazy that. It's crazy that they're making Battletoads the way it is. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's just weird that you're creating a beast, but you're not feeding the beast. Like, having the beast is not enough. You got to feed the dude. You got to feed the dude steaks. And they're giving this dude fucking quinoa. Like, what the fuck is you doing? Like, it doesn't make sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like... you created the world's most powerful console. You knew that you were doing it because Sony released the Pro in 2016. So right off the bat, Microsoft knew that their shit's more powerful. As soon as Sony officially released the console, it's a wrap. Microsoft knew in October 2016 they have the world's most powerful console, right? And they did nothing to support that. You know what I'm saying? And you can't say every game takes 10 years to make because look at Spider-Man. Spider-Man took a little over 3 years. Death Stranding took a little over 3 years. So you could make a game in 3 to 4 years. So they could have be like, we're gonna make a beast of the game and have that game ready for 2019, at least early 2020. But they didn't. They just didn't do it.
We gonna hold our tongue about that goddamn Death Stranding. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. But you're right. So like I said to the what maybe they depended too much on third party with the multi-plat, you know what I mean? And here was then Sony started releasing their exclusive. This was to me where the issue came in hand with the X and the Pro before I switched topics, is that you have a significantly weaker console in the Pro. And their exclusives, look, fuck that water. I was out there bugging, right? I got the world's most powerful console. Woo! Look at this shit. You remember the classic meltdowns, you know what I mean? And their exclusives look, head and shoulders. Now, here's the one thing. I'm not talking about what you prefer. Well, that's just a walking simulator. When it done. Fine. Whatever. You say tomato, I say tomato. But what we all can judge by is what we see graphically. And again, what kind of null and void what the Pro was, what the X was doing. But here it is, their exclusives look better graphically. I'm not telling what you prefer, what's more fun. I'm not saying that. And then on top of that, you talking about the third-party game. Sony still had all the great third-party marketing going forward. They had the Red Deads, they had the Call of Duties, they had the Star Wars Battlefront. So even if your console would have got the edge, your competitor has the marketing rights. So you're not going to see that, publicly really, the edge that that the X have. Well played by Sony, you know what I mean? So to me, they just out hustled and outspent them and out gambled them. Like I could never figure it out. I don't know why it was done. And like I said, I spoke to Rand. I think Monday, Tuesday. Me and Rand had a 1-on-1, and I always said, man, how did we get here? How could you have one company that's so vocal in the media, then all the Xbox Live parties, they just that and the other, and be so clueless to what they quote unquote their core want? And I asked them a simple question. I'm going to ask just before we switch the topics, okay? And not know what the quote unquote their core wants. To put that in perspective, right? Sony and Nintendo really doesn't say much in social media, right? They're kind of quiet. But Microsoft was always out there, talking. We hear you guys. Aaron Greenberg would shave the Battletoad with the back of his head, and not understand. But what I'm hearing from a very, very reliable source, from somebody on that side, Phil was physically upset after E3 because he didn't understand the backlash. In his mind, in their mind, they think they knocked that shit out of the park, right? So sitting back, that's why I said they no longer know what their core wants, right? We were more excited. It was very important for us to have a show and not show a bunch of guns and bullets and just that and the other. They went with Bandy Simulator and the Windows Flight Simulator, right? And I say not know quote unquote what their core wants. It kind of reminds me of a rich rapper. You say LL Cool J gets out of the hood right now. He's in Bel Air, some goddamn, but now he's still rapping about getting over. It just sounds kind of funny. We don't want to hear that gangster shit from you. Now you ain't in the hood no more. They no longer recognize what their core want. Like Rand said, maybe it's just not beneficial to them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like, how do you feel about it? Do they not know, or they do know, or they just refuse to cater to us, or they don't know how to cater? What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I've been told you. I think we have some super chat.
Okay,
Yeah, so that's my 2 cents. He says that's an ugly mode. Probably talking about the PlayStation pick.
Okay.
Shout out. It does look like ugh. I don't like it, but anyway. But to answer your question, I've been said that. I said, especially with these studio purchases, I say it doesn't matter. Like you could give Microsoft, Naughty Dog, Santa Monica, you could give them studios to them right now. But if you don't have the right vision to say, hey, that's a good quality looking project, nah, that doesn't look too good, your games are gonna suck. You know what I'm saying? Jay Jaffe it's funny because when you had Jaffe on, David Jaffe, on one of his earlier podcasts, because when he did the streams, he mentioned that one of the best things about the whole Sony first party studio is not just the developers themselves, but it's also the studio management themselves. Because he says to make a great game, it's a symbiotic relationship between the two. You understand what I'm saying? Because you can have great devs that have great ideas, but if the publishers don't recognize it, those games don't come in fruition. You understand what I'm saying? So he says, with his time during Sony, those partners and everybody has great vision on know how to make a great game. For the most part, they recognize a great game. Phil does not. Like Phil is hard. Like Phil doesn't get the pack. Like I'm not saying he's not a good businessman, right? What Phil wants is everybody to enjoy everything, but that's not possible because while gaming in general is for everybody, the games themselves are not. Like I don't like RTSs or strategy games, right? But PC gamers love that shit. Like if you look at a PC gamer, they play multiplats, but they also have games that they like. The World of Warcrafts, the Ages of Empire, all this stuff, right? Xbox, you guys traditionally, the Gears of War, the Halos. PlayStation guys, our Japanese games in the God of War. Nintendo, you know what I'm saying, Mario. We're all gamers, but you can clearly see the lines that are drawn between each platform. Sure, there may be some middle ground when it comes to EA and Madden. Sure, everybody will play that. Everybody play, basketball. Everybody will play a Call of Duty. Sure, there's some middle ground that gets sprinkled on. But when you say, hey, I'm an Xbox gamer, it's not because you're playing the best version of Madden. No one, that doesn't make sense. You're an Xbox gamer because you like your Gears of War. You like your Halos, You like your fucking, your, what's Fable, That's Xbox. If I told you I'm a PlayStation gamer, you don't think, oh shit, you like Call of Duty? That's not, everybody plays that. Oh, you like God of War. You like Uncharted. You like the Japanese games. You like, you know what I'm saying? Right? Okay? Phil has to understand who is his audience. Well, primarily Xbox gamers. Okay, what do Xbox gamers want to play? What do they want? What makes them happy as Xbox gamers? Right? But Phil's not feeling that. He wants Xbox gamers to just be gamers. Yeah. That means, he took your identity away. Because when you think about it, there's no such thing as an EA gamer. Nobody says, oh, I'm an Activision. Nobody makes that claim. You know what I'm saying? You might love Call of Duty, but you're not going to call yourself an Activision gamer, Because that's a game anybody could play, He wants to do that. He just wants games that everybody plays. But what he doesn't understand is he was responsible for a specific platform, right? Which is Xbox. Just take care of Xbox. Don't worry about Sony's going to take care of Sony. You heard him in the thing. They might consider making multiplats for PC for the multiplayer, but he said supporting the platform with exclusives is a must and is not negotiable. They have to support the PlayStation 5. Sony's going to take care of Sony. Nintendo, Nintendo's going to take care of Nintendo. They're going to take care of their own shit. Microsoft, take care of your own shit. That's all you had to do.
Let me say this. When I was talking, shout out to David Jeff, I might do a one-on-one with him more in depth because there's a few questions I want to ask him without being messy, right? Without not really being. I can, how you say, I'll get my FC ballot on. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. The real proper form, right? But here's the thing. Again, shout out to Hughes. Shout out to Shameless Blackley, right? Yeah. Who had a who, if you don't know Shameless Blackley, he's the original guy who created the Xbox.
Father of Xbox.
Yeah, I know. That was sweet graphic. No, that's him. That's who created the box, right? But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm gonna ask you. I'm not gonna ask you. when the reason why if you don't know, the reason why Microsoft got into the gaming thing is because Sony got in, right? And I keep telling motherfuckers back then, Sony was the Apple, like they were up here, right? And they were looking at Sony taking over the living room, all over everything, like now because if you don't know, Sony was supposed to make the DVD attachment in the PlayStation 1 for the Nintendo, whatever, for the next console. And at the last minute, which I'm glad that it happened because it turned out to be great for gaming. Nintendo did a lot of shit moves over the years. Turned it back on them, said, nah, scrap that shit. And, we're going to stay with these cartridges. That's how Square Enix, if you don't know, got in bed with Sony. Because for those who are about my age, maybe a little older or a little younger, Square Enix used to develop games exclusively for the Nintendo platform. They wanted and urged Nintendo to go from cartridges to disc. And Nintendo cartridges were very expensive back then, and they wanted to get on this whole, the disc with the cutscenes, and you can't just do all that shit with cartridges like back then. So that's how the Final Fantasy stuff made its way over to the PlayStation. But neither here or there, right? And then they ironed them in the strides and the success that they had, of course, with the PlayStation 1. Beat Nintendo, beat Sega. So Microsoft started eyeing them like, oh shit, they're going to take over everything, take over the living room, right? So they had this division. Microsoft has always made PC games, whether the Age of Empires, Roller Coaster Tycoon, and they said they had a meeting. They wanted to combine their PC crowd with the console side of things. And even to its credit, I'm gonna find the article. So I'm gonna do I was supposed to do one of them a while ago, but I'm gonna find it, reach back out, see if they still do it. And he said, we're just two different consumers. You understand what I'm saying? Like we're just not even. I think of them trying to, with the whole PC is Xbox, but we're just two different consumers. We're not the same. Because when they get the multi-platform, even the type of games that they play, right? Most PC guys don't like to feel restricted. They like an over platform. We're not talking about the multi-plats, whether they bootleg them or not, but we're just two different consumers. I've always said that. Microsoft, and that's the problem, right? They're so good at making money from X, Y, and Z. That's why it probably, to them, in their credit, it's not been just to solely focus on us. They're looking at, quote unquote, these 2 billion gamers, and how can they get revenue from everybody across the goddamn world? And again, they totally neglected, quote unquote, the box. You heard what he says. We don't longer consider that what's being successful for us, like how many boxes we sell, is about this software and services. You know what I mean? It's not good for you and I, but for them business-wise, they're making a shitload of money. But it doesn't, as far as with me, you know what I mean, and you, and it's fucking up the money for the console with the clicks and all that shit, right? But again, that's why I don't really have any faith in them going forward. I hope they put out great games next year, but to me, like I said, their messaging is still all up and down. Now, I try to ask Rand that, like, them ending the generation on such a low note, right? Of course, we're gonna get Gears, all right, cool, and then you come out with a new $5 goddamn box next year, right? Now, I don't need Halo to play this new game. Don't need a new box to play this new Halo. I can get it on the hardware. Still, what's the incentive? And I'm not talking about PC. I'm still talking about on the console side of things to go out there and invest another $5 in this ecosystem. You know what I mean? Like, do you think in 2020? Do you think they can be there with some bangers, with something to get the Xbox guys riled up again? Like, what are your thoughts?
It's possible for Microsoft to come out with great games, okay? Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. I think they're I think they're gonna have Halo's day one, right?
It's gonna be big.
Day one, right? Yeah, mm-hmm. The only question is, do you get a repeat of Halo 3, like the big blockbuster game that months after months after month, that's the shit that everybody playing, mm-hmm. Or do you get a repeat of Halo 5, where people are initially excited, but then they be like, man, fuck this. And then it's just dead in the war. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That could go either way. But let's just say Halo Infinite blows up, and they have a couple of good games. The problem is Microsoft's messaging is more closer to putting games everywhere than it is just keeping exclusive to Xbox. You know what I'm saying? Now they're talking about, like, just recently they said they want Game Pass to be on more platform. Just after when they said,
man,
like you know what I'm saying? Coop Man. $2 super chat says, "What up, ZP Rock? Just tuning in, man. Welcome aboard, man. Thanks for rocking out." Right? Mm-hmm. Microsoft doesn't know whether to say, "Oh no, it's going to stay exclusive," platform, and then they go, "Oh yeah, we're thinking about putting stuff on Epic Game Store," and it's like, what? Like, people gotta understand with messaging. Messaging is really important. You know, because you gotta understand these consoles are $500, right? But the $500 is just a start. Now you're talking annual fees for online on console. So, you know, sure, you might be able to find some shit for $45. But you know what I'm saying? It's a consistent fee and then consistent fees and buying the games. So by the end of the gen, if you're a hardcore gamer, you're spending thousands of dollars over the course of 5-6 years playing games, right? Right? So it is an investment, right? So the message you send is really important. Now, peep this, right? Let's go take it back to the Xbox One, right? In 2013, Microsoft talks about always online, right? You already know what happened. People flip the fuck out. What about people in submarines? Yada, yada, yada. Oh, my God. You know, all that stuff, right? You know, I can't play my...
They hate the military. What about the soldiers in
the military? You know what I'm saying? The Marine Corps said, fuck you. You know, all that shit, right? Microsoft tried to damage it for a whole week. You know, they tried. For the whole week, they're like, oh, but you can do this. Oh, but if you don't like online, we got a system for you. The 360, they tried. But after a week, they realized, you know what? We're not winning this. Too much backlash. After a week, they told everybody, hey, the system's not always online. You will have offline capability. You'll be able to play your games without internet connection. You're good. When the Xbox launches, you're good, right? Xbox launched. They didn't have always online. It never did. They never launched it, right? You and I both know 2 years after the console launch, motherfuckers are still saying, oh, I'm not buying an Xbox because it's always online. It never launched. But the messaging was so bad that it carried over month after month, year over year, right? So now I say that to say this. If Microsoft keeps telling people, oh, no, you don't need an Xbox, you can play your games everywhere, then what do you think most people are going to assume? I could buy a PlayStation, I could play Xbox games. Even though they may confuse the message, because Microsoft could mean, no, it's only going to be on Xbox consoles, PC, and xCloud. But you saw how bad people confused the message of always online, that 2 years later, people still thought Xbox One had always online when it never even launched with it. Messaging is important. And Microsoft's messaging, most of the time is, oh, we want our games everywhere. Oh, you know, console sales don't matter. You know, it's all about where you want to play. Well, dude, here's that, right? And, you know, and not me and you who are the hard dudes that listen to YouTube, just the average casual that so happens to hear that, be like, well, I want to play on PlayStation. Cool. Microsoft's going to make a PlayStation. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well,
the main thing is the messaging. Like, for example, when you said, can Microsoft make games for the Xbox gamer? That's an interesting question, because I want to ask you now. Define Xbox gamer. Define it now. Based on what we know, what is an Xbox gamer? Because in Phil's eyes, hold on. Like I already told you, next gen I'm gonna get a PC. In his eyes, I'm an Xbox gamer. In his eyes, with no Xbox console in my room, I am still an Xbox gamer if I play on PC. So define that. When you say, hey, are you going to make great games for Xbox gamers?
The right button.
Define Xbox gamer. Tell me what you think an Xbox gamer is.
An Xbox guy, if you get all your news from GRG. If you get all your news from the GRG podcast, you're an Xbox guy. Now listen, right. At the end of the day, right? No, listen.
Fuck grocery for that one.
I know, right? Grocery store, ma'am. Hit the like button, right? Check this shit out, right?
Grocery store.
When you're feeling your body, you feel somebody who. Here's the thing.
You a fuck grocery supreme.
Hey yo, check this shit out, right? If you get all your news from the GRG podcast, you an Xbox guy. Now listen, right? Here's the thing, right? Even though they tell us that. What the 360 had that the Xbox One didn't have, right? You know what they had? Okay. They had this cool hip. No, they had this cool hip motherfucker named Jay Allard.
Oh yeah.
Cool young hip motherfucker, and you got the
and
message.
Peter Moore.
Like I said, their message is fucked up. They need the guy out front. I'm gonna be honest with you, right? I'd rather Microsoft stay with always online, and I got those features there that I could trade my games digitally and all that other slick shit that came along with it. And how you say, quote unquote, be the behemoth that you are. You know what I mean?
Be Apple. Just take the head jack out.
Yeah, you know what I mean? There you go. Like what you say, just take, you know what I mean? Do it. And again,
you know what's funny? Samsung's starting to do that now.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You know, so the backlash is ain't fine. Or like you said, you know, when Sony got the backlash, just a woman domestic violator. This game for adults by adults. You know what I mean? And that's what but the problem. Like I said, Microsoft. This is the problem, bro. Real talk. They panic, and I had just got the expression. They threw the baby out with the water. They threw everything. Not just they threw everything out, right? Then they got this quote unquote PR team, right? True story. They got this PR team, and with this PR team, they put the handcuff. I got someone that got hog tied up. I don't got a hog tied, people. I got hog tied. They got hog tied. You know what I mean? And they, the ones that we fought that were very brash, cocky, come up there, talking their shit, and and I think that was no more. Then you got them in party chats and drinking lattes and woo, I can't wait to play the Switch. That's what brought them about, and still thinking. Like, motherfuckers still ain't gonna like you, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I don't give a fuck how many cookies and kicks you bring to your money. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, right, they think, again, how much ass they kiss they winning over the gamer. Like, motherfuckers is looking like... Look, I'm not saying... Let me also say this, right, for a difference. I mean, as far as quote-unquote... First of all, it will always be a goddamn console war. With that being said, right? But, and not saying that they, these companies can't come out there and compliment each other. They probably do. They do business together, but they everything behind the scenes, right? But when you got your competition, I'm talking about you example, Sony, and what I like. Hey, say this is how we trade our games. Soon as Gamescom was over, with a tweet,
it was a wrap.
Bam!
It was a wrap.
Bam! With a tweet, and I like it. That's again,
and it's not personal. It's business.
It's business.
Sony's saying we want you to buy our console.
Yeah.
Don't buy Microsoft, buy ours.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And again,
right now, Phil's not countering that.
No,
he's not saying no. Don't buy Sony consoles. Buy our console.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And this is one thing, and this is the. So a lot of it over the last couple of years, it's all been about features and technology, right? Who has the better version of games or who has the better features? I personally don't really. I mean, I know those things are important, but the reason why I don't hold a console to that standard because features and power and performance they change like a woman's mind. Mm-hmm. In the beginning, PlayStation had the better version games. Mm-hmm. Now Xbox has, right? Mm-hmm. In the beginning, Xbox had the best features, but now PlayStation has the best features. Because of all this shit. Like it just goes back and forth. Before Xbox had the best UI, now the UI is dog shit. Mm-hmm. It's like features and technology go back and forth, but the thing that will always remain is the games. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When we think of PS2, ain't nobody thinking about a feature. No, nobody goes, man, that PlayStation 2 is the shit because of the emotion engine. Like, no one does that. Motherfuckers ain't remembering. Nobody's remembering the GPU 360 had.
Yeah.
They do remember Halo 3, though.
Yeah, they remember the games.
Everybody remembers how beast that multiplayer was.
Yeah.
Everybody remembers Emergence Day when Gears fucking 1 was shown on the screen.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Everybody remembers on the PlayStation 1 when MGS1 was unveiled. Somebody tell me right now in 5 seconds what CPU the PS1. Motherfuckers right now are Googling. They're on Google right now. Ain't nobody remember that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's always
remembers forever.
Look. It's a home. Read this bill right quick. Shout out to my man Carlos Crespin. Xbox fanboys say Phil Spencer. Phil Spencer. This Phil Spencer. That every year like cult followers. Cult followers. How often do you hear PlayStation fans talking about Sean Lee? You know what? Even with that, because Phil and Aaron, those guys are very vocal on social media with so much, even down to hopping in your Xbox live party, hopping in your live stream, and all that shit. So maybe that's what Sean Lee, they don't do all that shit. You know what I mean? But they still, like I said, deliver to their fans what they want. You know what I mean? But like you say, it's always about. Look, I don't like the Nintendo Switch, right? I think Nintendo is a dog. I don't like it. Those games don't appeal to me. I'm not knocking those that like them, but it's a very dated console to me. As far as, like I said, with features, I can't do I need a cell phone, the party chat. Now, I ain't going through all that shit, bro. You know what I mean? Like, this shit weird, bro. You know what I mean? But I can't. Well, like I say, to me, I can be non-biased. Even though their games don't appeal to me, they're big for their demographic. The Mario's, they're huge for them. And it's one thing Nintendo got right with the Switch that they didn't get right with the Wii U is that they had their software, their own major IP. Now the third-party games sold like dog shit. The Assassin's Creed, the 2Ks, the Madden, Tekken. I bought all those goddamn games for the Wii U. It's all sold like shit. I remember whatever Need for Speed came out, that motherfucker sold 19,000 for the month, literally in the U.S. You know what I mean? But
Let me do a super chat.
Yeah.
AP the shooter.
Yeah.
He said Phil's clearance from 8 Mile. He a whole fuck grocery.
Yeah. But I'm just saying. But so I it's always about the games, and I always go back to this again before we switch topics. The last AAA game that we've had on this platform is important that I say this. And you said it again, outside of Gears, Forza, and Halo, was Quantum Break. Whether you like that game or not, Sea of Thieves wasn't it. Like, State of Decay 2 wasn't it. Crackdown 3 damn sure wasn't it. You know what I mean? So when you remove, again, Forza, Gears, and Halo, and I understand those are billion-dollar franchises, and they're huge. But outside of that, since 2016, the last AAA goddamn game that we had, was Quantum Break. And you can probably say the best game they released since then was fucking Cuphead. You understand what I'm saying? It was just a fact. You know what I mean? Cuphead was better than Sea of Thieves, better than State of Decay 2, better than fucking Crackdown, better than Voodoo Vince and all them shit. You know what I mean? A $20 goddamn title. So we'll always ask the question again, how the fuck did we get here? Like, that's,
They panic. I'm going to tell you this. So I will say this. So I think it was a GameSpot article about Phil Spencer. I don't know if you read it. It was a long ass article, and this was recent, like 2 weeks ago. Like, I think the title was.
I don't watch that shit, nigga.
Yeah. So, but I think the article was Phil is exactly the guy you think he is. Right? That was the article, and it's like 2 weeks ago, right? When you click on it, it goes down talking about where he started in Microsoft. Like, he worked at Microsoft even before Xbox.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, he's Microsoft. He is Microsoft through and through, right? But anyway, what I found interesting in that, he confirmed that in 2014, when Satya took over as CEO, right? Satya called him and told him, asked him, he's like, hey, I'm not sure. I'm not really, like, paraphrasing. Satya pretty much told him that he wasn't even sure why out in Microsoft. Like, he didn't even understand it. Like, why are they even in gaming in general, right? And he told Phil, and he was honest, he's like, hey, don't be surprised if Microsoft's future in gaming is not involved in it. He was just honest with Phil. Phil said he was honest with him up front. That game, like, Microsoft future may not involve gaming in any aspect, not just Xbox, like gaming in any aspect. Phil needs to talk to him about it, right? So Phil talked to him, formulated a plan, whatever. And whatever plan Phil told him, Satya bought off on it, right? He went all in, right? So chances are all this PC shit, all this stuff, was probably already pitched in 2014. We just didn't see it yet. The first signs of it was in 2016 when Crap had the meltdown with Win 10 Fam.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that was probably already in play, right?
Yeah.
So I think Phil panicked a little bit in a sense that if I don't do something, we're not going to have gaming in Microsoft at all. So I got to do something. So there is a little bit of panic, right? I don't know how. This is where I can't answer the question. I don't know how Phil didn't look at Sony's playbook, because the playbook was already there. PS3 was a failure in terms of revenue. Like, it didn't make Sony no money. If you look at their chart,
yeah, for sure.
Year over year, they made more money, right? Yeah. But what actually was happening, it was really they were losing less money.
Yes, money.
That's what it was actually, because they were always in the red.
Yeah.
Pretty much every year with PS3, they were in the red. They were just using less money year over year, but they weren't making money, right? Yeah. So they were in a disaster. I don't know how Phil didn't take and look at PS3 and the lessons learned and think to themselves, how did these guys do it? How did they get out of the rut? And they'd be like, you know what? They did it with big blockbuster games. That's what we're gonna do. But this time, we're gonna do it right. We're gonna get the right games, the right titles. I already know. Because, like you said, they greenlit the Xbox One X day one.
Yeah, 2012.
I was on the battery, right? Mm-hmm. So they already knew about the Xbox One X, right? Mm-hmm. So he should have been like, we're about to release the world's most powerful console. Yo, developers, I need the biggest, baddest looking games out there. That's what we're going to launch. Oh, but Phil, we got Disney in 4K. You're fired. Next person. I'm like, if you come up with some dumb shit, like, we're going to fire. I need... When this console comes out, a year after the console launches, maybe 2 years, I need the best, baddest games to blow out Sony. Mm-hmm. He didn't do that. They focused on play anywhere. Like, remember, what was it? You hyped the shit. What is it, UWP?
Hey, listen, pardon me?
One code.
That was you. For the bills.
It's just one code.
Fuck you. Carlos Pressman. P-Rock, would you ever podcast with Crap?
Pause.
It was my defense. That was the height of my addiction.
I'm gonna pull up President Trump. I don't want to talk about that now. That's very personal. I don't talk about the Bible. It's a good book. It's a very good book.
Yeah, it's a book.
Wait, which testament do you like? The Old or New Testament? I like all Testaments.
I like all Testaments on many sides. Grocery store.
but shout out to Carlos. But they didn't do that. They focused on Play Anywhere, UWP. You remember that shit?
Yeah.
It's one code. You know, because of this one code, we could get every PC game on Xbox.
Hey, Puertorock,
the opposite happened. Every Xbox game went to PC.
Hey, yo, that shit sounded good at the time, though, right? I had motherfuckers. Hey, yo, may Kratos forgive me for my sins. Hey, but listen, in all fairness, right?
When y'all motherfuckers BGT hype UWP,
hey,
I'm like,
bro, listen, in my fucking defense, I believe in. I am a mature gamer. I believed in the product. You know what I mean? The Coca-Cola is a brand, and I stand behind that product. You know what I mean?
Yo, man.
Cola Dog, whatever you want. You know what I mean? But
the problem is right now they're more focused on trying to get games everywhere than creating the big games themselves. Yeah. Like I don't think a lot of these studios are gonna all create big triple.
No, they're not. You're
gonna get AA games. You're gonna get your titles that can put in Game Pass. Well, maybe Initiative. You'll get your
listen.
new.
I haven't, like I said, I haven't spoken to you on air in a minute, but I know some people that know some people. I'm gonna say this right quick. Let's bring them my air. Tell us this right quick.
Top Dog 2K. He says it's simple. P-Rock MS doesn't know how to make games.
I'm gonna answer your question. Here's the thing. When I had David Jaffe up here, I'm not gonna say they know how to make games, and I'm not. And again, I'm not taking a dig at nobody, and not saying that you don't have talented guys over there. But I always my man told me. I didn't go to school to put myself in $100,000 in debt just to make, card games going around the track. Remember the Xbox community curse? What 313 makers and outside that? Shout out to my man Phil Sin 22. Shout out to you, good brother. Right?
Philip, yeah. What up?
Not to say that they don't know how to make games. What Sony does better, and I didn't think about this. You look at everything else. Shout out again, David Jaffe. It says instead of Microsoft hiring someone studios, they need to go from Sony's management. Their management, because they do a great job at managing the talent where Microsoft has not. You know what I mean? So even like I said, I have an internal demo. I ain't gonna show the exact thing on stage. I do have some integrity, and I ain't trying to make my lose their goddamn job. The internal memo, what they're looking for as far as acquiring studios are like I said, single A, double A games to keep content in there. And then you're gonna have, the 2 or 3 AAA, whether it's Gears, Force, and Halo. Now you're back to Fable. Maybe you might get one from the Initiative. So we're talking about AAA games. You got 343, whatever they do. Halo going for. I also like to see them make something outside of that, but that's neither here nor there. You got Playground Games. Their next game will be the Fable game that they're working on the world, but it's kept secret. Turn 10 does the Forza thing, right? Fuck Rare. But whatever Rare comes out with, not my thing. But the Initiative, we have yet to see what they create, but they're supposed to be, with a bunch of talent there. You know what I mean? Now, Undead Labs, Explosion, no. Obsidian, they make AAA games, but it's not for me. I don't care for their games. But I can be fair, I can be subjective here, you know what I mean? But also, too, I wouldn't be surprised, again, if those games, that they could remain multi-plat. I'm not talking about Game Pass. Multi-plat, because what also sticks out to me, P-Rock, before we switch topics, is that when Phil goes on several interviews when he's saying we're the largest third-party publisher on the Nintendo Switch, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you know what I mean? What's the end?
He said the same thing about PlayStation. He goes, "We're one of the largest."
They are with Minecraft, you know what I mean? So I don't believe they just go by saying that for some reason, because again they look at what's one thing I can say about Microsoft, and it's like the gift and the curse, and not to brag about their money when they said they do a great job at making money. They own. Well, listen, nice to be on my, my black. But you remember when I knocked Black Buzz Cricket smooth the fuck out? I couldn't find a pony to debate me, right? I had all my Cliff Notes, and they own so much shit around gaming. You know what I mean? Microsoft literally has their hands in every goddamn pot. You know what I mean? That's their strong suit. You know what I mean? So. Even like me, we top when motherfuckers come out like Brand, God bless his heart. Well, they didn't have the funding. Do you know how silly that shit sounds to me? We're talking about $1 trillion goddamn
But no money for games.
company, right? And I remember again when the rumors, when they first bought in Nokia, I'm sorry, and the guy and they think about spinning off the Xbox division. I was, it makes me remember, I recall, the only motherfucker I was like, because I peeped it back then, you know what I mean? Way back in, when they bought the Kia back in 2014, there was something kind of shaky going on, you know what I mean? Talking about spinning it off. You know, I would rather them spin it off, because at the time, again, the Xbox division fell up under the entertainment division, under the Zune and whatever else, and it was worth about $24 billion. You know, more money than Sony and Nintendo had, they can put their hands on. Let them go out that motherfucker, they say, double down on themselves and just send up the check quarterly to, you know, whoever, you know, and let them go out there, motherfucker, you know, and gamble for themselves. Rather that than to have them do what they did, like I said, for as far as the Xbox. Listen, knowing what I know now, and then at the start, there's no way in hell you can tell me how the fuck did we get here. Like, to me, again, bro, it's like, how you said 250,000? We do that shit now sleep. Yeah, 250K. We do that shit in Puerto Rico. He was bugging. Like, this motherfucker was a nightmare. That shit was some funny shit. Do that shit now sleep. Like, how did we get here? Like, at the end of the fucking day. But, you know, like, it's, you know, like you say, a lot can change. Like I will say this before we change topic. From generation to generation, things change. Even the way that, again, that we buy our games. Like, I don't know when the last time I went in stores, stood in line and got a goddamn game. I buy all of my shit digital. You know what I mean? Like I do. You know, and buy it, unlock it, download it, free. Like, it is what it is. Like, I'm getting tired of the fucking little box cases taking up shit everywhere I go. You know what I mean? All fucking digital. You know what I mean? So, you know, this going forward, so we don't know what the new crave or the new thing may be into the next generation. You know what I mean? Yeah. Which, you know, what it grows, whatever that may be. You know what I mean? But one thing, a great game was a great game, and I hope, you know what I mean, just for gaming, period. You know what I mean? You know, fuck, you know, the Xbox and PlayStation, don't matter. But just saying, this overall gaming is great for gaming. You guys want, I'm gonna keep saying this, you want Microsoft to go out there motherfucker and punch Sony dead in their motherfucking mouth. Bow! Knock the shit out of them, right? And then what's that going to do? That's
my man Chapman said P-Rock gonna wait about the next gen to get a PS5.
Yeah, Chapman, what's up, baby?
That motherfucker better got games.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, you know, that's just overall having a great game, you know what I mean? This is great for gaming overall, period. You know what I mean? But that's, again, neither here or there. But like I said, before we, one time before we get the hell about it, Sony versus Disney. I talked about it a little bit yesterday. I went and read some stuff today. Of course, everybody was in my inbox. Yo, this shit is really crazy. Somebody gonna lose their life in the street, bro. It's like 2013 all over again, bro. What the fuck is going on?
Well, this is what's funny about this whole thing. So let's just talk about the movie aspect, because really the gaming is a separate topic, right? You know, obviously, dudes taking this situation advantage, but we'll address that. We'll talk about
a lot of fuck shit, though. Yeah, okay.
They're all fuck shit. Everybody's just like you said, the lie's more entertaining than the truth, right? Right. So, what started out as a 50-50 split with Disney, right? When that came out, I was like, in the beginning, I was like, this is just what companies do. Disney wants a bigger cut. Sony's like, nah. It is what it is. There's two companies that fighting in their own self-interest, so that shit's normal, right? And then as information more came out, apparently it wasn't just 50-50, a 50 split of
Spider-Man.
The movie, right? Spider-Man. They want portions of the shit that's not even part of the MCU, like Venom, future Venom movies, and anything Sony does with the Spider-Man property, you know, like Craven, whatever.
Yeah.
They want in on that too. Yeah, Mysterio, anything that deals with that, they want in on that too. Even if it has nothing to do with the MCU, right? So at a certain point, you gotta be like, you gotta peel the onion back and just be, what the fuck? Like, what company is gonna give up half your shit for no reason, right? Because you gotta be real. If Disney wanted to read on the table and be like, hey, we want more money from this and we want money from that too, then you have to ask, okay, if you want a company to give you all that, what are you gonna give them back in return to compensate? And it isn't just simply, we make better movies than you. Get the fuck.
Well, they were supposed to split the cost of filming the movies and stuff like that.
They don't give a shit about that. Like, look at the deal Sony had in place, right? The deal Sony had in place, because Marvel wanted Spider-Man as part of MCU, was Sony gets 95% of the grossing of the actual Spider-Man movies, which was Homecoming, which was Coming Home, Homecoming, and Far From Home. Disney or Marvel Studios only get 5%. and Marvel covers all the cost, right? But in return, Marvel can use Spider-Man for all the other cameo. Put him in Avengers, put him in Endgame, put him in Civil War. And funny, that's how Spider-Man was introduced. He wasn't introduced in the actual movie. He was introduced in Civil War, which hyped up the movie even further. Because when they showed the trailer and everybody's fighting, the last part of the first trailer that was unveiled of Civil War was Tony Stark going, all right, I'm tired of this. Under rules. And then all of a sudden you see Spider-Man come out. That shit hyped everybody.
Yeah.
That's what Disney wanted from the start. That hype to get Spider-Man in their universe, right? So Marvel agreed. Marvel and Disney agreed to the terms. We only get 5, you get 95, but we get to use Spider-Man and everything, right? So why did everything change? Well, if you look at Phase 4, there's really, where are you going to put Spider-Man? I mean, Blade, you know, there's Eternals. There's not a big role for Spider-Man as a cameo. They got what they wanted. Let's put it that way, right? They got the Punani. Now that Disney doesn't see no reason in staying with 5%. They want more money, right?
Hold on, let me put this real quick. Hit the like button. My man Vedger. You see, I'm about Balanas. You see Vedger there? Yellow.
Or Bone Sleeve?
No.
Vedger.
Yeah, get him.
Yeah. MS are into guerrilla warfare with cross-play, puddle-gate, single-player games, has no impact, etc. As me as a teacher, guerrilla soldier, I know to hurt my enemy to kill their morality. MS 101 tactics. I see what he's saying. So he's saying that, well, I don't know about puddle-gate because I don't think Microsoft was part of that. But I think Microsoft tried to use other things like consumer-friendly features, cross-play. Because, you know, Microsoft was talking all right? Remember? They'd be like, oh, crossplay. How come Sony doesn't do crossplay? The reality is not that many people give a fuck about that. Not to the point where they would choose one console over the other. It ain't that serious. Some people will be pissed off. But like even Colin Moriarty, right? Even he, you know, was going at Sony, right? But go ahead and tell Colin Moriarty, oh, so you can. Let's calm down now. Let's calm down now.
But no, I think going forward, I think it's because you got two of the largest games in the world, Fortnite and now Call of Duty is implemented. So I think, well, so a couple other games are doing it now too. But
but nobody's switching because of crossplay. Let's put it that way. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so back to the thing, right? So Disney wants a 50-50 cut. They also want all this money. Who in their right mind is going to expect Sony to just simply say, okay, bend me over and take everything? Like, no, there's got to be an incentive. If two companies, right, are going to renegotiate, then the renegotiation has to be between both companies. Both companies have to find something mutual beneficial. It just can't simply be, hey, we're going to renegotiate, you give me more money. And Sony's just going to stand there like,
how about this?
Well, what else? Are we going to get anything out of this deal? Why should I give you more money? For what reason?
Hold on, shout out to Bone Slave. Anything that deals with Marvel, Disney wants a cut. Mass put up a good point yesterday. You know what I mean? He says DC owns all of their characters. No one makes a fuss. You know what I mean? But I'm sorry. Warner Brothers. No, DC owns all their characters, intellectual properties. No one really gives a fuck. No one gives a fuss. But Sony, you know, they shit everywhere. I don't know Fox. I think Fox finally sold their shit back. I think Universal had the Hulk. Universal had a couple.
They still own the Hulk. They still own it.
Well, I think they had the Hulk and then Fantastic Four. They had a few things.
But here's the thing. I don't understand the point because that's not the scenario we're in now. The fact is, Sony owns Spider-Man.
They own I read it yesterday. They own
the movie. They own the movie. They own the movie fight. The film rights. Yeah.
Now anything as far as merch, anything after that. And again, if you don't know,
all of that is irrelevant because we're not talking about.
No, it's not. I'm just saying, but some of the icon.
And that's what's confusing people because everybody keeps bringing up other shit. We're talking about the movie. That's
the
it.
movie,
we're
right?
We're not talking about pajamas and underwear.
But would you agree with this, right? The reason why Spider-Man is as popular as it is now, to be fair, this because they added him to the MCU and with the Avengers on the height of the popularity.
I'm gonna have to stop. All right.
No, but listen. What I'm saying on the height of the popularity of Avengers. You got him in there because the last two movies didn't do as well as this. Now,
okay, but
hype,
all right,
with
listen.
Avengers,
But listen, we're gonna preach the whole truth now.
Okay.
As bad as we'll use the worst movie worst grossing movie, which was The Amazing Spider-Man 2, right? As bad as that movie did, they still would have made more money if they would have ended up more money than if Far From Home would have been a 50-50 split. If Sony had to do a 50-50 split of Far From Home, the worst grossing Spider-Man still would have been better.
It was over $1 billion with sales and
Blu-rays and you're right. Okay, so I'm ask you. You got two choices. Do you want 100% of 700 million or 50% of $1 billion? You good with math? Which one? Pick a number.
Of course, I would want more, but also too. Right, here's the thing.
That's the point. Think about it. Look at it from Sony's perspective.
We
would make more money even.
Okay.
These don't do too well. We would still make. You gotta remember. You cannot look at this from a fan perspective.
No, I'm looking at.
Listen. Hold on.
Yeah.
There is no doubt Marvel would make a better movie, but financially, because that's at the end of the day, that's what they're talking about.
Okay.
These two CEOs are not there. Disney's not at the table telling Sony we make better movies than you. That's not what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're talking about money. Sony's like, we can make more money, even lowballing. We will still make more money.
What did the last one do?
Than this 50-50 do.
What did the last Spider-Man?
The last one did.
Now I'm talking about the old character. I ain't talking about what this. Yeah.
Oh, the old one?
Yeah.
The old ones push 800 million. In fact,
I'm talking about the first one they did before introducing them to the
the one with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah. No. Was this young kid already in the MCU? The new actor.
Which one? Toby? Toby did Homecoming.
I know. I'm talking about the guy we have now. What's his name? The Spider-Man. Okay, Tom Holland. This first Spider-Man movie, was he a part of the MCU already?
Yes, the Homecoming. Homecoming was part of the MCU.
He was already part of the MCU. Okay, all right.
Yeah, he was already part of the MCU.
That's what I'm saying.
In fact, this whole thing is because of the MCU.
Okay.
Because Disney wanted Spider-Man into the MCU.
So what I'm saying is this is my point, right? If you don't know, Spider-Man overall is the biggest biggest comic book hero, right? Sells more merch than any other character out there, right?
Yeah.
More toys, more merch, more T-shirts, and Disney makes a killing on that. Sony just owns the intellectual movie rights, right? So before what you call the guy, Tom Holland became, the new one. We all can see that Spider-Man was on a decline. It wasn't those two that came out after that. One's isn't as good as the Tobey Maguire ones.
Okay.
They weren't by far. You know what I mean? Whatever. So they was, like you say, on a low back end of thing. So again, they introduced Tom Holland, put him next to Iron Man, which was in jeans, got the new suit, this, that, and the other. Now everybody's Spider-Man crazy again. He had the cool cook. What was that? The Civil War when he had the cool.
Yeah, Civil War. Yeah.
Had a great couple kick-ass fighting scenes in there. Even I think motherfucking Black Panther. That's what really sold that movie. He stole the show in Civil War. You know what I mean? With all that shit he was doing. And who the fuck is Black Panther? I didn't even know who the fuck he was. He stole the show in Civil War, right? Here's my thing. They now what came out is they said they wanted 50%, but it was 30%. You know what I mean? Not was.
But that's Sony. Sony negotiated down to.
But it was 30% right now. I mean, but they said then Disney wants 50. No, they said that they wanted 30, and they would split the fees of shooting.
Keep in mind, the full story is not just. They also want cuts in movies that has nothing to do with the MCU. So like Venom, they would get 50%.
The characters, right?
But that has nothing to do with MCU.
Well, they could. Okay, but this is what I'm.
Venom's not part of the MCU, and it wasn't done by the MCU. That was Sony.
This is what I'm under. If I'm not listening, speaking, if I'm wrong. Under the Spider-Man universe, and him alone, it's about 900 characters. Not all superheroes, but
everything.
Brock Lesnar, it's about 900 characters, right?
Everything, yeah.
But here's the thing. What I'm saying, I didn't think about this. What Mads brought up yesterday on the show, that this is not really a fight that Sony wants to indulge on. Think about this, right?
Why not?
Let me tell you why. They just spent what to get Insomniac. Whatever they spent to get Insomniac, right?
Yeah.
Why do you think Sony bought Insomniac? It's because of what? Spider-Man, right? No brainer, right? Now, again, Disney, they are dicks. They can be a dick. No Spider-Man game for you. That will fuck up a lot, right? No Spider-Man game, right? And then also, too, you know what? We're not going to put on these Spider-Man comic books for a while. You see what these motherfuckers did to Fox?
All right. I agree with you. I see what.
Let me go on. You see what they did with Fox? You see what they did with Fox and fucking and the X-Men?
But there's a big difference. There's a big difference, though. I agree with you. I see what you're saying. There's a big difference, though.
How?
Sony's been more successful with their Spider-Man movies than Fox have been with their franchise. Number one. Number two, you just said it. Spider-Man is the biggest moneymaker for Marvel, right? So if they're gonna go down that route, they're gonna be hurting big time because they're cutting off their biggest merch.
Well, they can still sell merch. People gonna still buy T-shirts and stuff.
Okay,
that's not
but
as far as storylines, as far as the comic books.
Listen, but I'm saying comic books, that's their biggest money maker too. See, Fox, they were able to pull this on the other because what they did was they kind of like, it's kind of like setting the battle stage. It's kind of like we're gonna lose the battle, but ultimately we're gonna win the war. But Spider-Man, that's a bigger pie than normal. That's number one. Spider-Man, the game sold 13 million. That's a lot of money Marvel Gaming Studios making. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not like.
But I'm just saying, they don't have to. What I'm saying is,
but here's the reality people don't understand. Sony already had, even like I said, even the worst grossing selling Spider-Man movie is still better than a 50-50 $1 billion selling movie.
Okay, but
that's the thing, people. That's the thing. No. That's like let's say you Disney, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm Sony. I'm gonna tell you, bro, my failures is better than this deal.
Okay, how about this?
I'm telling you.
For how long?
But here's the thing. No, here's the thing. Mm-hmm. In failure, all you need, all you need is a good director to reboot the franchise and make it good. Because that's how movies work.
Okay.
Movie work all depends on the failure. Just because the first movie failed doesn't mean it's gonna keep on failing.
Puertorock, here's the thing. Right? I'm with you, right?
Look at Venom. I'll use another example.
Dog shit movie.
But it made 900 million.
Okay, here's the thing, right?
I'm looking at you. You could if we're businessmen, be like, your movie's dog shit. But I'll be like, my dog shit.
Do you think the next one will do 900 million?
What you gonna tell me?
Okay, the reason why Venom did so much. Okay, we've never had a Venom movie before, right? Let's be honest. You never had a Venom movie before, right? So the reason why, and again, I can guarantee you again, if they don't become part of the MCU with Spider-Man, this, that, and the other, the next Venom won't do as well. That's
okay. How about this? Oh, really? So I look at you and be like, oh, so you, Tom Hardy, Tom Holland, Woody Harrelson as Carnage. That ain't gonna sell, bro.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna look at you.
No, okay.
I'll be like, get this motherfucker some water. Woody Harrelson, bro, dog. I'll look at you in your face. Tom Holland, Tom Hardy, Woody Harrelson as Carnage. I dare you say that movie ain't gonna sell.
What would sell that movie is Spider-Man. And what would sell that movie in Spider-Man?
Carnage is Carnage by Woody Harrelson as Carnage.
Listen, hear me out.
Tom Hardy and Tom Holland.
Let me tell you. Let me out,
bro.
What you know is big again? Fucking Tony. Spider-Man is fucking Tony Hawk now,
bro. Here's the thing people don't understand.
Spider-Man is fucking Tony Hawk.
Here's the thing people don't understand. The comic book age, listen. Comic book age, right? The comic book movies, that shit's on fire. Almost any comic book movie becomes successful. Fucking Suicide Squad earned 800 million.
Hey,
who the fuck is in that movie?
Bro, I'm with you.
You're telling me
this girl,
Harley, you're telling me Harley Quinn. You're telling me, listen, Harley Quinn's a big fucking character.
A big what?
The movie made 800 million, bro. Yeah. Suicide Squad.
Okay.
That movie's dog shit. Listen, any comic book movie at this point,
you're looking at short-term money here.
Any movie, bro, any movie at this point is gonna make fucking movie.
Right, how about this, right? Listen.
It's just even the dog shit
Sony
DC movies are making money.
Oh, listen, Sony movie studios, right? Dog shit. What keeps them afloat? Spider-Man and Venom. Let's keep them afloat. You gotta be honest.
Okay.
We gotta call a spade a spade. And I'm not saying that who's right. I don't have a dog in this goddamn fight. I just want Spider-Man fucking 2, the video game, right? At the end of the day. But when I'm saying this, that Sony really can't afford to go down this path with them. They have a lot more to lose. Okay,
bro. But listen, stop. Let's do this one thing. Like, I love Spider-Man, and I'm the gamer first. But you cannot tell me PlayStation gaming division wasn't already successful before Spider-Man. It was already on the uptick.
Talking about no.
That's what I'm saying?
That's not what I'm saying. Okay. Listen, okay.
Are you talking about the studio, the movie studio?
No. What was Sony's most successful exclusive this generation?
Uncharted 4.
So more than Spider-Man.
17 million.
The first
Uncharted 4.
I thought it was
Uncharted 4.
Okay,
that's the highest selling exclusive right now.
Okay, but maybe they make Golden Kids. But I'm saying the reason you just you on the heels. Who the fuck doesn't want Spider-Man 2? You just spend how many $1 million for fucking?
I agree with that. I agree with that.
And listen, I'm not saying it's right for. I'm not saying it's right for Disney to bend Sony over the fucking barrel. I'm just saying, in the long run, Disney is not a nice fucking company. They took all that shit back.
So let's say what happened? Let's say Spider-Man 2 becomes multi-plat. Now what happens? PlayStation's done? It's over for PlayStation?
No, I'm just saying.
Okay, so then why did you buy Insomniac? But what is all right? So you're bringing up this scenario. No. But hold up. You're bringing up this scenario that Disney got petty. So let's say they went there. Spider-Man 2's gone. What happens? Tell me. Give me the outcome of next generation.
You spent $300 million for fucking Resistance 3.
So they can't make a new IP? Maybe not as good as Spider-Man. Right?
Come on, bro. Big fella.
All right. Listen. So hold on.
Big fella. Come on now.
Okay, all right, brother.
I'm gonna go to their track. I'm gonna share their track record on the screen with you right here, okay? And you'll see what I'm talking about. I listen. I like Sunset Overdrive. Hold
on. I understand.
You see Von Lamont read it
right? Okay, so fuck it. They make flops. Now what? Insomniac makes flops. Now what?
I'm just saying.
I'm saying no. I'm asking what happens. Give me the result. Tell me the so what behind. They no longer have Spider-Man. Is PS5 done? That's it. It's over.
Bro,
are they selling the division? PlayStation 5 not going to sell 100 million.
You're going.
Like, give me.
I'm gonna give you a scenario, right?
Give me the
Sony has a lot more to lose than Disney by far.
No, they don't. Not at all. Not at all. No. What they gotta lose? You just mentioned Spider-Man.
Okay, listen. You think again the next Spider-Man was going to be as successful as not being a part of the MCU?
Let me put it this way. Let me say. Here's the thing. Even if, let's say, the next Spider-Man only sells 800 million. Let's say the next Spider-Man only sells 800 million, right? That is not successful compared to hoping. Only 800 million. Let's say 800 million because Far From Home is $1 billion, right? Right. So let's say the next Spider-Man makes 800 million, right? And everybody's like, you see, it flopped. It's not $1 billion movie. What I'm trying to tell you, Z, do you want 100% of 800 million or 50% of 1 billion? That is what people don't understand.
Okay, it's not.
All right, it's better to you get 100% of 800 million.
Not true.
Is more than 500
billion.
It's
true because also
that's the ultimate point.
Listen, first of all,
The big deal is Disney's gonna be like, listen, this $1 billion movie. You only gonna get 500 million out of it, but this is how we're gonna compensate for that. Okay. That's what Disney needs to do. Like let's say if Disney did this, right? Hey, Sony, we want 50% of the movie film, right? And granted, that means you're only gonna get anywhere from 500 to 600 million. Right. Listen, hear me out. Disney goes, granted, you're only gonna get 500 to 600 million out of that 50%, but to compensate. We're going to give you exclusive rights to make live-action Spider-Man universe shows.
Okay.
Does that sound good to you?
I'm
now Sony could be like, you know what? I could fuck with that.
I'm going to go next. I'm going to read this for you. Then I'm going to answer. Shout out to Drunk Ass Von Lamont. Z, you sound crazy than a motherfucker. Why do you want Disney to have a monopoly in the movie?
Listen, I don't really care about that. I don't care. All I'm saying is this. Listen, I don't have a dog in this fight like you. Yeah, but all I'm saying is this: I'd rather make 800 million by myself than to split $1 billion with you.
Okay,
that makes.
I'm gonna answer that question.
It doesn't make sense for me.
Hey, Von Lamont. First of all, from this conversation, did I say that Disney want to have a monopoly, right? And to be fair, again, no one's fussing and complaining about DC or Warner Brother having a monopoly and them owning all their goddamn fucking intellectual properties.
And here's one more point I want to make out, right? Because I'm going to make a point. Somebody mentioned this. The first Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire, released in 2002.
Yeah.
That movie grossed $800 million.
Yes.
Now, people's like, keep this in mind, though. Movie tickets was only like, on average, $5.
Yeah. You got it.
And China was not really getting movies.
Yeah.
So, I'm telling you, Sony would be fine. I'm not saying they'll. That's 50-50. Okay. For all you know, Sony get like Spider-Man, they make it better than that. Because there's like as far as Far From Home is good, a lot of people have issues with Far From Home. Like a lot of people don't like the fact that Spider-Man has access to $1 billion weapon armory from the sky. that doesn't make sense for Spider-Man. So there's a lot of things people don't like of Far From
Hold
Home,
on,
right?
this real quick. Hold up. He said, Z, you sound crazy. Why do you want Disney to have a monopoly in the movie industry? Then buying Fox was a bad. They making Deadpool PG-13. My man here, how said Disney messed up Star Wars, the Thor, Iron Man, Captain America movies are dog shit. Civil War was hot. Civil War, Ultron,
I like Civil War.
Civil
War
was
was dope.
I don't fucking talking about.
And Winter Soldier.
Hey, listen, this is a drug-free show. Halloween 17. Shout out to you. Ultron Endgame trash. The only good was the first Avenger Infinity War. MCU was overrated. Nah, Civil War I like. Endgame I could probably that was some overhyped bullshit, but Civil War was the shit. When they was out there before, when especially the fight scene between Iron Man. Oh, my man, Winter Soldier and fucking Captain America, and he throwing the shield. Bing, 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 bing.
I mean, ultimately, is this the big so what in this scenario? Why would Sony give up? Basically, why would Sony worry about 500, 600
I'm gonna answer that
when they can make 700 to 800 million?
Now, to you, listen, I'm gonna tell you. He said one thing. He said, man, he said men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie, right? You said, why would I want to give you a half of what do you call it, 700 of a billion, and I can hopefully make that by myself, right? But here's the thing, right? When you do it by yourself, not only what you say split, I heard it was 30%, but Disney's also putting up half the front end cost, marketing, and actually making the movie, right?
Bro,
let me finish.
Go ahead.
Let me finish. Marketing, making the fucking movie, right? So you have that aspect of a thing. When it comes, like you said, Disney is fucking huge, right? They can do it like no fucking other, right? That's like having the machine signed. You're an independent rap artist. It's like being signed now. You got the machine behind you, right? And then again, you know what? We're buddy with Disney, right? Cool. All the iconic characters that Disney have, right? You just bought fucking, Insomniac, right? Did a hell of a goddamn job with Spider-Man, right? No, I'm gonna get this motherfucker. Let's give him Black Panther. But let's look at Insomniac's track record. Spyro, Ratchet, Resistance, Fuse. Not like the last two. Let me be honest, I like the last two. Sunset, Spider-Man, my shit. Spyro, I'm not into diabetic gaming. Ratchet, hell no. Resistance, dog shit. So I'm just saying, you know what I mean? You just spent about $300 million, and for the record, I don't think it's fair for Disney to pistol whip. That's not my argument. I'm just saying that again, Sony, how you say arms are too short to box with God, because there's a lot of how many times are they gonna keep reinventing Spider-Man, and how many times is my Uncle Ben gonna goddamn die? If they start releasing, because Disney has so much shit, and again the merch will still sell, the fucking T-shirts and just that and the other. Yeah, but you know what I mean, and that's where they make the most money. Comic book sales are dog shit. Right?
But here's the things, those strategies is not. Because again, if Sony loses, worst case scenario, it's a multiplat, and they're gonna have to figure out what to do with. I know. What I'm saying is, if they lose Spider-Man, worst case scenario, they're gonna have to figure out what new games to do with Insomniac, right? But that one game is not make or break.
Insomniac is the biggest goddamn game to date.
Who?
Spider-Man.
Uncharted sold more than Spider-Man.
We talking about Spider-Man. We talking about. You said what? It's not gonna make or break Insomniac.
Listen, it's not gonna make or break PlayStation. I mean, it will help. Obviously, an exclusive Spider-Man is a force multiplier for PlayStation. There's no doubt about that. It's going to sell consoles, but the lack of Spider-Man is not all of a sudden gonna get fucking destroyed. The game is not. You put The Last of Us 3, you put God of War 2.
That's like losing Halo or Gears of War for the Xbox,
no, man. Oh,
you
got God of War still. You got another The Last of Us. Naughty Dog is creating another new IP. I'm not, but it's not going to destroy the PlayStation brand. It's not going to.
I'm not saying it's going to destroy people, right? But to say that's like Nintendo losing Mario. Right now, let's be honest with you. When you think of Spider-Man right now, you think of the PlayStation. It's just not that just came up. You know, what I mean, shit. Spider-Man's bigger than God of War. You know, it's fucking fact. That's a huge fucking thing. A bullet out your goddamn gun. I'm not talking about the game going multiplayer. Fuck all that. What I'm saying is
but it's not going to destroy the. Listen, the IP, the game is not big enough. I'm telling you that's it. It's not big enough to make Sony lose out on their movie stuff. On top of the rest of their movies. They're not going to do that.
What other movies
They're not going to do that. What?
What? Well, hold up. Ancastor said Sony don't need Marvel to sell Spider-Man movie. Was selling like 800 million an
And keep in mind,
it was on a decline. That shit, the last one was dog shit.
Keep in mind. See, but you're confusing. Just like you said when you earlier today when you talked about graphics, you said don't put your personal opinion. Just look at the facts graphically.
Okay.
That's the same thing. Do not put your view on whether you like the movie or not.
No, I'm just
the movie at its worst still earned more money than what Sony would have done a 50-50 split. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
Sony's not looking at this.
Okay.
Sony and Disney are not at the table.
You act like that 800 million is all profit. Puertorock, it's not all profit. You act like that.
That's still.
You act like the 800 million. It's all profit. You get it. You know what I mean? It's not all profit.
No. The average movie for budgeting is anywhere million to 200.
Okay, boom. You take that.
No, and keep in mind, this is Spider-Man and comic book movies pre-comic book hype. Now we're in an era where a fucking Suicide Squad makes 800 million. Anybody fucking Doctor Strange made $1 billion. Like everybody's making fucking big money. You understand what I'm saying? In fucking comics now because
not sleep.
Because right now, let's be honest, when it comes to movies, any movie that comes throughout the year, comic movies have been the best movies that get the best most over anything else.
These motherfuckers about to lose in the chat. Fuck is he talking about? Resistance got an 87 in the miniseries. Don't do this shit. And Resistance was dog shit.
You see what I'm saying? Right now, the most popular trailers for movie upcoming.
I don't think you guys understand me, and I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna say this in Chinese, right?
I'm just gonna put it this way.
I'm not saying it will destroy PlayStation. I'm not saying it's over for the PlayStation 5. I'm just saying you spend upwards maybe $300 million for shits and giggles for this brand new goddamn studio, right? And the reason why you bought this studio because of Spider-Man. You know what I mean? That's why I did it. It wasn't because of Fuse, Resistance, and all that shit. Spider-Man was huge. What I'm saying is this, right? They did an amazing job with Spider-Man, and I'm also going to say this. I don't think it's if that we don't listen. None of us know the inner outs of this fucking deal until we're just going about what little bit of we don't know what's going on, right? Until they sit down and we become. And I think they probably work it out between now and the end of the year. You know what I mean? Probably you got egos. Sony's a red cock. You probably got egos on both goddamn sides. I'm just saying that this is not really a war that they probably can fight or win when it comes to Disney, which have so much.
It's not about winning a fight. They're not going to give up.
Spider-Man. What I'm saying, Spider-Man will be more valuable being a part of the MCU than it will not be. That's a fucking fact.
But it doesn't matter if you don't get the.
If you don't get the what?
You telling me, hey, yo, Puertorock, the movie's going to be bigger. I mean, I don't give a fuck. I only got 500 million.
I'm not talking about.
I don't care.
I'm talking about the brand overall.
It doesn't matter.
You know why? I'm gonna tell you why. I'm not even a couple.
You're not getting it. See,
you
can tell me Spider-Man is God. I'm only getting 500 million, dog.
Only.
Talk to me. Yes.
All right. Here's the thing, right?
Right now you're trying to look at me like I'm Dr. Evil. Why make billions?
That's not what I'm. No, that's not what I'm saying. But you don't understand.
Listen. I make 800 million by myself. Talk to me, money. Don't talk to me. Give me money.
Okay,
800 million.
This is what you're saying, right?
Let's say Venom.
This what? Okay. Fine. This is what you're saying. This is what you're saying.
This is me, Sony. Yo, Z, you Disney. Venom made me 800 million.
Got you.
I have another movie coming down the line.
This is what you're saying, right? That you can guarantee that the next Spider-Man will do as well as also.
Okay. What? I know. What I'm saying is I'm willing to risk that over your shit.
Okay.
You trying to offer me 500 million? You know what, dog? I'm a risk.
But you know why? Here's the thing, right?
I'm gonna take the risk.
You know why? Again, it will become more valuable. Just speaking as a fan perspective, right? Because he has more enemies to fight. How many times he gonna fight the Sandman? Sometimes he gonna fight the goddamn Alligator Man. You know what I mean? Or King.
Those are the main characters. Who you think he's gonna fight?
I'm just saying, but when he's a part of the MCU, he can fight whoever. You know what I mean? Shit.
Yeah, but they're not gonna do that. They're gonna stick to the canon on Spider-Man. Spider-Man's not gonna fight Sabretooth. He's not gonna fight Magneto. They're not gonna do that unless they did like another Avengers group. What I'm saying is this: if we and you had to sit at the table and you came up with this offer, I'm gonna be like, sorry.
Oh, I'm just saying. Okay, now you can get other characters. As a fan, you want to see other enemies.
No. See, now you screwed up. You said as a fan. You're not talking fan.
Why?
As a fan, I want Spider-Man to stay. Cool. But also, I'm an educated man that pays bills, so I'm not an idiot either. If I was in Sony's position, if I'm in any company's position, I would be like, I'd rather risk and earn 900 million on my own than to know I'm only getting 500.
What if it flop?
You see what I'm saying?
What if it flop?
If it flops, it flops. But I'm gonna take that risk. That's what, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather take the risk and make 800 to 900 million on my own than to know I'm only getting 500 million for. That's not happening. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to come with a better deal. Convince me, like, if you're gonna take $500 million away from me, what are you giving me for that $500 million? The onus is on you to convince me to give
the onus. I like that.
Yeah, because right now, because
not on me. The onus is on you.
Like, yeah, the onus is on you. Because right now, the deal we have, Disney, and I'm Sony. The deal we have right now is I get 90%, you only get 5%, and you cover everything. So convince me to now cover half.
Everything.
Now, I'm talking to you. Let's play this out. Let's play this out.
Sony shoots.
Let's play this out. I'm Sony. You Disney.
Shout out to Game of Despair. Appreciate it, good brother.
Right? The deal we have right now is I get 95% of my movies. You only get 5%, and you're covering all the costs. Now
they don't cover the costs.
No, they don't cover any of the costs right now.
Sony shoot the movie. Not
okay.
Sony shoots the movie, and Sony shoots the movie, and they pay for what their lens, their camera. Disney's not shooting that.
All right, so let's say that. So let's say the deal you want is 50.
It was 30.
Right? Okay, even 50, right? So I'm just gonna ask you, what do I get out of this deal? If you want to renegotiate this contract, what are you going to give me to compensate for the loss of $500 million? Give me something.
You have access to more characters, man.
Give me something. Now, if you tell me, hey, Sony, you do not have the rights to make live action, we're gonna give you access to that. Now you can make for X amount of years all the live TV shows, like Daredevil, Flash. Imagine a live action show with Spider-Man or Venom or whatever the characters. Now we talking. All right, I like that. We could do that. That's the thing people don't understand. Disney has to come up with a way to compensate for the loss of revenue. That's it. That's all Disney have to do. They have to come up with an idea of, we're gonna take money away from you, Sony, but this is how we're gonna compensate for back. And let's say like the video game, right? Yeah. They could say, hey, this is how we'll compensate. We're gonna give you 2 more Marvel IPs exclusives. Not characters, like you like X-Men.
Yeah.
You got X-Men and you got Fantastic Four. Now we talking, dog. So you're saying,
that's what I
compensate. That's it. Listen, but from but the thing is,
I told you.
But the thing is, I don't think Disney's compensating. You ever seen King of New York? That motherfuckers coming in like Chris Walken, like you sell a dime back in the corner.
Now listen,
I want in. That's what they do.
Here's the thing, right? And I'm trying to look at as the glass is being half empty, right? Or half full, right? And Disney wants all of their shit back. Like I said, DC owns all their shit. Disney wants all of their shit back. And I think however it goes, Sony has how so long to put out a movie, or they lose the licensing right. I think every 3-4 years, whatever the fuck the case may be, right? I'm just saying, right? And it was like I said, the last one was big, huge. I think the biggest ever, right? And that's right on the height, like I said, the Avengers, this, that, and the other. Now you take them back away from that, right? God damn, this is gonna leave a bitter fucking taste. You have motherfuckers crying.
Yeah. But now understand that Disney did this. They did this. They caused this whole scenario.
They did?
Yeah. Because they're the ones trying to renegotiate the contract. Sony didn't do nothing. Sony was happy with the way things are. Disney came in and be like, hey, we need to talk about this contract.
Yeah. Again,
you see what I'm saying? Cool. And Sony's like, what the fuck?
At the end of the day, I want them to work it out. Because I want Spider-Man 2. I don't movies I don't give a fuck about. I would like to have a Spider-Man 2. I
agree. Listen, I want Spider-Man to stay in the MCU. I'm not saying don't.
Yeah.
I don't even care if Sony sells. Sony could be like, we'll sell you for $2 trillion.
I doubt they do that.
I know that, but like what I'm saying is, I don't care either. I don't care either. Right? Either way, it doesn't matter. Like I said, I'm not a movie fanboy. I don't give a fuck who makes the movies. As long as it's good, it's good, right? That's all that matters, right? So I don't really care about that. But what I'm saying is this: I'm not an idiot either. I could clearly see when somebody's doing some fuck shit. Like the shit just don't make sense. That's just mathematics and knowing money. Like I wouldn't take it. You understand what I'm saying? Like if I'm the CEO of Sony, right? And my job is to make my stockholders happy, I can't take that deal. and then go to the stockholders. Hey guys, we're only gonna make 500, but the movies will be much better. They're gonna look at me and be like, "You're fucking fired."
No.
Get the fuck out of here.
But here's the thing, though, Puertorock, right?
I have to listen.
No.
Whoever's making this deal, they have to go back to the stockholders and show them Sony's interest.
You looking at the short-term girls, right? Let me do it real quick. Z, if I came to you and told you, give me half the super chat money you make on your show and give you nothing in return, or you going to agree? Because I mean, you was like that fuck nigga. Listen, right? What you gotta understand, right? You looking at the short term, but you know what? Our next movie may end, but it was a bad movie.
Actually, no, that's not.
Okay, listen.
Right. Wait, before you make your point, Sony started the Sony Spider Cinematic Universe. So before you make your claim, they already have a long-term strategy for all their Spider-Man universe characters. They're creating their own internal.
Let me ask you this question. Let me ask you
there is no short term.
Okay,
they are thinking long term.
Why do you think this, right?
Right.
By chance, why do you think that Sony agreed to do the deal with you? Because shit was kind of shaky, right?
Because it's easy money.
They didn't get any money from Sony, from Spider-Man being part of the Civil War. They didn't get a goddamn dime. They get shit.
No, listen. Think about it, right? Whatchamacallit? Marvel approached Sony, right? And it'd be like, hey, we want Spider-Man to be cameo into our stuff, right? Mm-hmm. We'll write the plot points. We'll do all the plot points. We'll insert everything. Low legwork. You use our director, right? Mm-hmm. And from the money you get, you'll get 95% of the proceeds. We only get 5% to cover whatever, right?
No, they didn't get any of that.
Right? Listen. No, I'm talking about for the Spider-Man movie, right? That deal is no different, really, than them making the movie on their own. It's pretty much the same thing. That's why Sony took it, because it's the same thing, pretty much, as making the movie on their own. Making another Spider-Man movie. Or the deal they just did, because at the end of the day, majority of the money is going to Sony. So it's the same thing.
No, this is
listen. I know what you're trying to say. You're trying to say
they didn't, when Spider-Man being part of the Civil War and the Infinity War and Sony didn't get a goddamn dime. They get a goddamn dime for that. Nothing. That was all Disney. No, you don't understand. They didn't get a dime for Civil War. They get a dime for none of those shits. They ain't get a dime for none of those shits. Nothing.
I know that. Listen. The deal was the Spider-Man proper movie, Far From Home, Homecoming, and supposedly one more, right? Yeah. That's where Sony makes their money, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Each movie, they get 95% of the revenue.
And Marvel get 5%.
Marvel get 5%. Mm-hmm. That deal is pretty much no different than if Sony would have just made Spider-Man movies on their own. They're going to get all the money anyway. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So the reality is, it's the same thing. Nothing changes. Whether Spider-Man was part of the MCU with those 3 movies or not.
My question is to you, though.
The majority of the money.
Why do you think, again, this is what I'm asking you, that we all can agree, right, that, and you go in the position that before the new series of Spider-Man MCU, though they even fired the goddamn main guy here, they had to go in a new direction, right? They wasn't setting the movies industry world on fire. And you say whatever that last one made besides the new shit, 800, whatever the fuck it made, right? You're in the guarantee if they stayed the course, that next movie wouldn't have made such as much. It wouldn't have been as good. What got Spider-Man back popping was them introducing him to the MCU, right? It's how you say, gave him a motherfucker Jenny Jones makeover, right? That's all that I'm fucking saying. So you say, you say one movie made $100 million, but it was a bad movie. Do you think you'll get you put out a bad movie for $800 million? You think the next goddamn movie is gonna get you another $800 million? Hell no.
They just reboot it.
How many fucking times you gonna fight the Sandman, bro? That goddamn alligator.
Bro, they're gonna reboot this shit $100 million.
This shit, I.
You see, listen. The point is the reason why. Listen, you're not listening because you're thinking about. Oh, you know what it is? You're stuck with quality. Z, stop talking quality. We talking money.
Talking business.
No, yes. So
if you put in a bad game, if you put in look, so you think the sequel's gonna
listen. We're talking money. All right.
I am talking money. Think about that.
So let's talk money.
If I got a dog shit movie,
if you approach me saying you're Disney, or you're Marvel, we're gonna make Spider-Man, whatever, right? We want to be part of Marvel. Okay. And I'll be like, all right, what's the deal you're coming with? And you tell me, well, you keep 95% of the proceeds.
I get all that.
All right, listen. You tell me that, right?
Okay.
I'm thinking, well, listen. All right, listen. You tell me that, and I'm thinking, well, that's almost the same as if I was gonna make the movie myself, so I got nothing to lose. Fuck it, cool. I'll take the deal because I got nothing to lose because I'm making the most money anyway. But let's say you didn't come at me with that. Yeah. Let's say you came up with me, be like, hey, I want Spider-Man in the MCU. I'll be like, all right, what you thinking? 50-50 split. I'm gonna be like, get the fuck out of here.
That's not my argument.
No, listen. Get this
motherfucker. That's not my argument. I'm gonna say this again. When I do this, I'm using some sign language. That's not my fucking argument, right? Okay. Yes or no? Pro. What got Spider-Man so hot right now?
What happened?
What got Spider-Man buzzing right now?
Part of the MCU.
Okay, fine. We agree on that, right? We agree on that. Okay, boom. Now you said the last movie made what? 800-900 million, right? Before the MCU shit, right? Okay, all right. They fired the director, they fired the actor, right? Wasn't a good goddamn movie, right? It is what it is. So when I'm saying this to you, you're going on the notion, right? Just because our last shit made 800 million, our new shit is gonna make 800. That's not the case. That won't be the case. If you already put out a bad fucking movie, the fucking world now wants Spider-Man a part of the MCU. The world, Craig, top flight security. You know what I mean? So I can get again, just because your last movie did 800 million, don't mean your new movie's going to do 800 million. You will have a more successful if you remain a part of the fucking
I
MCU.
understand, Z.
That's all that I'm saying. Just because your last shit made 800 million, don't mean your new shit's going to make 800 million.
I understand that, but I would rather risk that than to know I'm only getting 500.
I wouldn't. Why? Here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? I don't have to put all the money up front. I don't have to put all the money up front.
They're taking half your shit.
Listen, I don't have. I know it's not.
Look at Venom. Venom made 900 million.
Okay, fine, cool.
And that's not even Spider-Man.
Venom. First time I get a Venom movie. What the fuck is this?
You see what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? The point what I'm trying to say is, with Disney, it's going to be around 500 to 600 million. And when you look at your past work with Spider-Man, you earn 700, you earn 800, you earn close to 900.
Hello.
And this is before MCU.
Hello.
Who you talking to?
Somebody call me. I don't know who the fuck this is.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's the point I'm trying to say. Like right now, before this MCU shit, my Spider-Man movies was making 800, 900. I was already making that movie, even the bad ones. This is before MCU. Now, with this whole DC MCU shit, you got shitty movies like Suicide Squad making 800 million. I would look at you like, bro, at the end of the day, I'm going to risk it.
I wouldn't.
So you need to come up with a better offer.
Risk it, and I'm just going to and I got to pull up money up front?
Dog, I'm telling you.
I'm going to say this again.
I'm not going to argue the quality. But a good track, and then you need another point.
But you can't keep putting dog shit out there.
Hold on,
you can't keep putting dog shit out there.
I want to touch a point you made. You talked about working with Disney, you get the marketing rights and advertisement. Bro, you're talking about Sony here. You ain't talking about Microsoft advertisement.
Talking about that movie thing.
All right, Sony does advertisement. All right,
movies.
Who you think? They they do that.
So this has been dog shit.
That's what they do.
They were just about to sell their fucking movie department not long ago. What kept them alive? Goddamn Spider-Man and Venom. Look at Venom. Spider-Man and fucking Venom kept them alive.
At the end of the day, Venom made 900. I mean, that's it. Money talks, bullshit walks, and that's without the MCU.
Okay.
No Disney. No Disney advertisement. Okay. You can listen. You can say your opinion. You can give your opinion on Venom what you want. It made 900 million without Disney.
Listen.
That's it. What else we gonna say?
You think this one do 900 million?
That's it. Huh?
Yes or no?
I'll tell you what. Is the next one? Let's say the next one did 700, right? That's still more than 500 million. I'm sorry, it's
not. It's not 700 million profit. What are you talking about? But it's like 250, whatever. The movie. It's not all profit. Puertorock.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
You act like that. You act like that 800 million is all profit.
They only spent 100 million. Only $100 million. That's what they spent.
You shoot the movie. You got salaries. You got all types of shit.
Listen, they only spent 100 million. They only spent 100 million. They didn't spend a lot.
Hey, yo, hold up, J-Dub. Damn, I left
Sony owns their own goddamn cameras.
Hey, listen, like I said, in the end of the day, right? Oh, we got here. What's my
Listen, man. You let these listen, dog. Listen. You let these Xbox fanboys get in your head.
Nah, I'm just basically just one-on-one. I'm going business.
At the end of the day, listen. no one in their right mind is going to give up half your money without.
That is not my. Listen, I smoked weed, but I didn't inhale it. That's not what I'm saying.
There's got to be some compensation, all right?
Whatever the compensation.
If Disney does not listen, I'm going to say this: if Disney does not provide compensation,
all right, how about this?
Sony's not going to make the deal.
Okay, how about this? And this is fact. Big fans, right? Sony needs Disney more than Disney needs Sony. That's a fucking fact, right?
No, they don't.
Okay, if you say so. Young boy,
they need each other.
Listen, that's a word that
Sony more than Sony need Disney.
Yeah.
Sony doesn't. Listen,
neither
of them. Listen. Neither of them need. Let's not play this. Sony does their own thing. Sony's primary. Listen, Sony's primary. Here's the best.
They got two fucking movies.
Hold on. Let's call it true. They're not Sony's number one business, right? Is gaming.
Okay, they got two movies.
That's it, right?
They got two.
So
movies.
that's the advantage Sony has, right? Sony does not need Disney. Sony owns Spider-Man. They don't need Disney. They own all the property for Spider-Man films. They don't need Disney for shit. You understand?
They don't?
On the flip side, Disney doesn't need Sony because Disney owns all their own shit. Nobody needs anything.
Sony doesn't need Disney for a Spider-Man game. Let me pay the bill. Young boy, get.
No, so what?
They own Spider-Man.
They own the movie thing and the video game. They don't merge.
They own the Spider-Man movie rights.
Yeah, but
listen, Spider-Man movies, Sony owns that. That is their baby.
Game is where it's at. Spider-Man and PS4 sold 13 million. If each game sold at an average of $40, that's $520 million. Sony should ask Disney for other IP. That's what I'm saying. In the long run.
Listen, we both agree.
That's what I'm saying, young boy.
If Disney provides compensation, then the deal could go through. But if Disney comes in, Disney comes in like the.
I think
it's simply say we want in
a bunch of motherfucking mental midgets in the chat. Then I'm way ahead of my time again. You motherfuckers understanding what I'm saying, bro. I'm giving you the basics. Give you the motherfucking math. What I'm saying at the end of the day is it will be better off for Sony in their interest. And here also, I'm not saying that it's fair for Disney to bend motherfucking Sony over, but if the deal gets done, what's Sony's biggest business? You said what?
Gaming.
Ooh, bam, gaming. So if they get the deal done, guess what? You know what? Disney have a lot of motherfucking characters. You know what I mean?
But Disney has to include that.
No, I'm just saying.
That has to be part of the deal.
I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking here, right? Yeah. So we gave you Spider-Man, great game. You know what? Let's see what Insomniac can do with Black Panther.
All that shit.
Yeah, let's see what Insomniac can do with Black Panther. Woo! Let's see what Spider-Man can do with Thor or Magneto.
That I agree. But if
that's
Disney
what I'm saying.
Money, but if Disney wants money, right, with no compensation. And the answer is, well, if you don't do what we want, we're gonna fuck you up.
I don't think it went like that. We don't listen.
Pettiness is not. Listen, Disney cannot win with pettiness. They have to come with compensation. That's the only way this is gonna deal through.
Hold on, wait. AP Peter said, P-Rock gonna get it pro when we all got the PS5 Pro, and killing Uncle Ben for the fourth time is what P-Rock would do. And Sony needs Sony for that merch, fuck nigga. And what's up, Gotti? What up, Z? Good shit, always, fam. And Sony needs Marvel. Yeah, they do. That's all that I'm saying. Marvel got him hot.
Sony does not need Marvel.
Marvel got him hot, bro. Facts.
Sony does not Marvel.
Okay, all right, we're gonna see that.
Listen, you're right. Listen, I'm gonna say this again.
I'm saying
it doesn't matter if Far From Home's a hit. Money. It doesn't matter at that point. No one gives a fuck.
Okay, what if it bombs? All right, well, how about this, Puertorock? What if it bombs?
No one cares.
What if it bombs?
What?
What if it bombs?
So you make another movie.
Bro, they got two fucking movies in the profit.
Let me put it this way. At 50%.
2 years ago, they was looking to sell their goddamn movie studio.
Listen, at 50%, in order for Sony to make a Spider-Man that bombs, that means it only generates $400 million. I don't care what Spider-Man movie Sony makes, that shit's gonna make more than $400 million.
I'm just saying,
that shit's gonna make $400 million the first weekend. I'm telling you, stop it, bro. You're talking about the most powerful comic character.
You're talking about the most powerful goddamn console. We're gonna see. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't agree with me in my argument today,
listen. Suicide Squad made $800 million.
That's right, Suicide Squad. Look at the thing,
fuck nigga. Like who the fuck is that?
He's known for making wonders with little bit, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like Suicide Squad made $800 million. Like listen, fucking how much did fucking Split like fucking Glass make? Old ass fucking Bruce Willis and shit. Like
that was a good movie.
You know what I'm saying?
That was a good movie. Why? Listen, get an L. Ain't about an L. I'm giving you motherfuckers the facts.
You ain't giving facts, man. You got suckered, bro.
And that was.
This is what happens when I don't podcast.
Hey, listen. See, everybody.
What is your mindset on this situation?
What's my what?
Like, what's your mindset on
my mindset? Right, my mindset. You know my mindset. This is what I'm saying. Right, at the end of the day, right. This okay. I'm gonna say this again before we close the show. Right. This is my mindset. And I'm gonna say this. I gotta keep saying this shit again. Okay. It will be more beneficial for Sony.
Because it seemed like the chat is confused. That's why I just...
No, they're a bunch of fuck niggas in the chat. That's all, right? They ain't confused.
Okay. No doubt.
Look, it will be in Sony's best interest, right, to get the deal done. Because the reason why Spider-Man is as valuable as it is right now is because it's a part of the MCU, right? Also, this is the part that I care about, the gaming part, right? Gaming part. Now, you just bought Insomniac for what, 250 million, whatever the fuck you spent for them, right? And on the heist, you're making great with a Spider-Man. You get the deal done. You got great business ties with Disney, right? Disney has a plethora of characters. You can make other goddamn great fucking superhero goddamn games.
So let me ask you this,
Yeah,
right?
I see what you're saying.
But let me ask you this.
What I'm saying.
With what you said and
I
access
can
to
care
all
less about what these $1 trillion goddamn. I don't care about that.
You gotta like
So
take
with-
an L.
so-
In
no,
other
hold
words,
on.
you gotta take an L so you could expand and do more.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think?
No, but hold up.
A gaming
Hold on, wait,
channel. Do you think
what you
Spider-Man
said.
is big?
Is it actually Sony making the deal, or is
Well, I
it
can't
Disney
hear.
making the deal?
Come on, Puertorock.
Who's actually
What
making
you
the
say,
deal
Z?
then?
You
Come on,
look.
Puertorock. What you say, Z?
I said, do you think Spider-Man is as big as this is without the MCU?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be big.
Nah, Spider-Man is hot. You know, that's one of the major
Why?
reasons
Because it's
Spider-Man
part
is
of the
on map.
MCU. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
Oh
Why?
my
And the reason why,
God.
man, because you have more more enemies to fight.
Yeah, I mean, every time when you got a clash of superheroes, you know, it's
That's all
always
that I'm
gonna be-
saying. We done seen him.
Spider-Man-
We done seen him fight
You
the Sandman. We done
you
seen him
guys
fight
act like-
Alligator Man. We done seen him
Bro,
fight Doc
You've seen them
Octopus.
go up against
Bro.
new characters.
Yeah, and he can do that, being a part of the MCU.
Bro, y'all motherfuckers act
That's
like
what I'm saying.
Some change before the MCU. That
Bro,
shit was
it's not
800,
what- we
900
done
million.
been there. We done done- How many times I want to see Godzilla fight goddamn King Kong?
Puertorock. It's not that Spider-Man wasn't popping. It's that he's at an all-time different level now.
But
That
all
he's
right,
That's what
but
I'm
here's my
saying.
point.
Thank
Here's my
you.
point. Okay, who just came in?
he got boosted up.
Yeah.
Well, no, who's talking? Who's talking?
That's my man, Gamer Channel.
A gamer channel. But this is what I'm trying to say. Yes, the Spider-Man right now is at all-time high. It's $1 billion franchise, right?
Yeah.
But that doesn't matter if you have to give 50% of that money off. Then it doesn't become a $1 billion franchise
Bro.
for Sony.
You keep the value.
Like,
You keep going. You can
but
keep
that's,
going and keep
but
going.
but listen, but that's the whole point.
Yeah,
That's
we
when it
already
comes down to
established
it. It's not
already
about.
established-
It's
that
not about
contract
who
was
makes the
very
better movie.
I didn't
even
say
the
that.
term. Even listen.
I didn't say
Even
who
the
made
term.
the better
Listen.
movie.
Listen. It doesn't matter if Spider-Man is $1 billion movie. If you lose half of it, that's the point I'm trying to make.
No, hey, but listen, if you can't keep hold on, let me pick this bill right quick. A shout out to my man A. Peter Shoot. Disney heads kill all Spidey merch, games, cartoons, and comics. Spidey movie won't make shit for Sony. All Sony can do is make a movie, fuck
Disney get
nigga.
100% of the merch off GP.
Yeah, again, this is again.
But the merch doesn't go to Sony.
Look,
Sony
look.
gets none of the merch
Hey, hold
at
on.
all.
I know, that's what I said. I said Disney get 100%
Disney,
off.
you know, yeah.
It's their
So
character.
you know what's funny is if Sony would have been like, okay, we'll
SS9 said, is it all
You think
characters
Disney's gonna
benefit
say
more
yeah
than
to
one?
that?
Listen, hold on.
You think? Wait, hold up. You think Disney would tell? Let's say, like, if the Sony would have countered, be like, yeah, we'll give you 50% of the movie, but you got to give us 50% of the merch. You think Disney's gonna say yeah to that?
Well, the
See,
merch-
Disney's
the-
not-
the- the
Disney
merch-
is not giving up 50% of the merch.
Yo, man,
That
listen.
merch is ongoing. That's ongoing.
Yeah,
shit.
the merch
Yeah,
is one of the
they're
movies.
gonna be like, get the fuck out of here. And
Yeah.
that's the point what I'm trying to say. Everybody expects Sony to be, but they don't expect
that's
Disney to be a
No, listen, I don't think you agree with it. You still going
Let-
back. I can't listen.
Listen, at the end of the day,
I last week was
The
that
end of the
good,
day
and it
is
made
this.
900.
It is not-
How many
it
times
don't-
do you think you gonna keep putting out subpar movies to give you
the
$900 million?
onus is not on Sony to make
No, it's not.
The
Listen what you
onus
say.
is on Disney.
Puertorock, you can't
Disney
just
has to
ahead
make the
argument. Just because our last we made 900 million, 1988, right? We did that by ourselves. Listen, motherfucker, the reason why you popping right now, motherfucker, is because you were part of the MCU.
All right, so then why the Suicide Squad make?
we talking?
What made that poppin'? Batman versus Superman?
That was a good movie. Fuck you. That was a
Get
good
the
movie.
fuck out.
So again, look. So let's riddle me this, right? You think Sony can keep it not subpar, goddamn dog shit motherfucking movies, and he still make fucking 9 million? Are you shitting me?
Why?
I'm just saying. Are you shitting me?
If anyone could do it, well, fucking Suicide Squad did.
Bro, they think that's not what I asked you. Listen, that's not what I'm asking you. Do you think they can keep putting out the same goddamn storyline, Uncle Ben, the girlfriend, and still make fucking $9 million? Like you
if they can make a good story, yes, they can.
Bro,
easily.
All right.
Easily.
Let me say something.
Yo,
you don't know.
It's
Listen. The Joe Smo.
Yo, Z.
Yeah.
Z, look at this. Look at Spider-Man as an Xbox exclusive and the MCU characters.
Yeah, it's fucking Gears. That's all you motherfuckers buy.
Different devices.
Listen, let me ask you something. Hold up, I'm a defeat Z's point right now.
No, it's not defeat.
No, I'm a beat your point up right
you
now.
Tell me right now, it's not in Sony's best interest.
I'm about to get this dialysis.
No. Yes or no? Is it not in Sony's best interest?
Are you ready for this dialysis? Are you ready for this dialysis?
I'll ask you one question. Yes or no?
Then listen, they're about to reboot Batman again.
Batman.
They're gonna talk the same shit.
That's not what I asked you.
And I guarantee Batman's gonna be
That's not what I asked you. My question is to you. Do you not think this is in Sony's best interest to get the deal done with Sony?
It's not Sony's. It's not. Listen, I'm telling you, the ball is not in Sony's court. It's on Disney. Disney needs to make the deal.
Football sport. The question was, do you not think it's in Sony's best interest to get this deal done with Disney?
It's not Sony's ball, bro. See, you want Sony.
I would say.
Z, listen, bro.
No. Bro, not like
Z,
this,
it's not Sony, it's Disney. Disney has to offer compensation. That's it.
I don't listen, bro. Which part of this? I don't give a fuck who make what millions. My question as a gamer and as a fan, you don't think this again is in Sony's best interest to get this goddamn deal done with Sony? Let's look at the game.
No. Listen, as a game, listen, hold up. As a gamer, as a fan.
Yes. That's all that I care about. I don't care about who got. Listen, I don't care about who got the biggest percent of a fucking $1 trillion pot. I don't give a fuck about none of that.
Okay, so as a gamer, why would you care if the game goes to another studio if it ends up? You still get to play it.
Who said that? What do I argue about that shit there? I don't give a fuck about that.
Okay, I'm just asking. If Spider-Man goes to another studio and it's still dope, as a gamer, why would you care?
Hey, hold up. Let me pay the bill
I'm just saying, right? That's
Spider-Verse right? And Oscar had nothing to do with Disney. You know, Glorious War? Fuck you. Fuck every male member of your family. Shut up, fuck you. Glorious King, you fuck niggas have been hammering the same point for 2 hours. Good show. All hell Disney. And I'm not Puertorock smooth the fuck out. Now, nobody get what I want to say. Listen, I know I have a pro quote on him, but as a gamer, I can give a rat's ass. I don't care about, I'm not arguing about someone's billions, who got to be, I don't give a fuck about none of that. I'm looking at all these. I would like to see a great goddamn.
Yo, next gen right around the corner. We don't need no delays with the.
What's that goddamn game? Black Panther.
Let me put it this
way. Black Panther. I want a goddamn great game of Black Panther.
We can fuck all the.
And I will let you Sony make that shit right there.
We can fuck all the bullshit. Cause I'm gonna depart with this, right? The day the announcement that the deal went south with whatever, right? Then I keep in mind, internet's going out talking about Spider-Man's no longer in the universe. You got Marvel stands attacking Sony. You got Raimi attacking Marvel stands. Everybody's all up in a fucking storm, right?
Going up in smoke.
Right? Everybody's in a whirlwind of all. Listen, everybody's in a war. There's a shark, and everybody's done, right? In the middle of this whirlwind, Marvel Games tweets out, "Congratulations to our friends and collaborators at Insomniac Games and PlayStation. The future's so bright, and we're excited to see what it holds." Mm-hmm. They didn't tweet this out the day Insomniac made the announcement. They tweeted this out during this whole bullshit. Mm-hmm. So as far as we know, this could be subliminal where Marvel Games like, hey, we still doing this with Sony, so y'all keep y'all bullshit out of our lane. And I'll leave the conversation with that. Because they did not tweet that. They tweeted this on the 20th. The announcement of Insomniac was on the 19th. They tweeted this in the middle of this whole bullshit. So, for all we know, Marvel Games is
maybe that's a subliminal shot.
Yeah, Marvel Games, for all we know, Marvel Games like this. I got nothing to do with this. So, whatever Marvel Studios is doing, don't put us in this mix. We got this deal with Insomniac. It's long term, whatever. We good. Y'all worry about y'all shit.
Hold up, my
We
man.
be on our own shit.
Let me pay this bill right quick. Get the hell
Right?
out of here. I don't believe it.
No,
and I'll leave it with
delay.
that.
You don't need no delays for greatness.
Hey, my man,
You know what I'm saying?
how you pronounce your name?
The blue rule could be like, we ain't dealing with this.
Quincy Sarios? Real nigga to a fuck nigga, right? First time I'm seeing you in my chat, right? All due respect, I have no respect. You know I'm rocking over here. And my integrity is always in question.
And then, hey, Z, I want to come to the table. I propose I get 50% of your chat.
Okay.
And you let me have it.
All right. No problem. Z, that's like asking, do you think Microsoft can keep putting out dog shit and Xbox Live? No, they can't. Absolutely. Why do you think the console sales are down? Nick, you're right. And Xbox Live still make as much as it does, but look what happened, fuck nigga. Listen, you gotta listen. We also listen. There's also two sides. I can tell right now, fuck you get your news straight from GRG podcast. No motherfucking, no. You know what I mean?
These motherfuckers.
And my man right here says Z.
Keep in mind that the console sales were down before the announcement of Game Pass.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you know what I mean? This shit down 50% again. But
Game Pass was out. That was announced like
17. Yeah, you know what I mean? It came out 2017. But I'm saying,
this was before Game Pass. Like, what?
Yeah, like them motherfucking the shit down because again they don't have no appealing quote unquote software as far as exclusive side.
I'm gonna say this as far as Game Pass, yes, it's consumer. It's a great value.
It is.
I'm not gonna fight that. Okay,
it
but it doesn't sell console because you got to think
about it.
Not
right now. It doesn't.
Who does Game Pass really benefit? It benefits the people.
Right. No,
that's really the crowd that don't want to spend money on big blockbuster games 4, 5, 10 times a year. They just want to spend $10 a month and just play a whole bunch of games, regardless of what the game is.
It might be
Crackdown 4.
It might become Netflix of gaming next year.
Disney 8K. Fucking whatever game with original assets
and flat TVs next year.
You understand what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna convince somebody, hey, I'm $1 console, the answer's not Game Pass.
Not right now.
That ain't it. That ain't it.
Yeah, not right now.
You can sell a $200 console with that philosophy. Yeah, that's cool.
Well, you can get an all console. I think I said. What's my man?
But if I'm like, yo, we got this.
What's the guy named? David.
You could get that Game Pass.
David Jaffe. He's a huge goddamn fan of Game Pass. And if you don't listen, and I think this is real talk before we go. I think a lot of motherfuckers jokes is that because of the quality of exclusives that Microsoft has put out. Come on, Rich, just be honest, right? But outside of that, they got Monster Hunter. They got a bunch of shit in that motherfucker. Like,
yeah, but a lot of shit most people bought before that shit came around.
Not a lot of the cash. Who the fuck has bought Monster Hunter?
But like, remember, y'all motherfuckers listen, Z. Y'all motherfuckers.
Who y'all? I've been house the hype train.
Redbox. Y'all used to call that shit Redbox, and look what y'all doing now.
I'm just saying, but you don't mind telling me over the question. But you don't see me up there hyping up motherfucking.
But it's a great consumer.
It is. It has a lot of shit in that motherfucker.
It just has a lot of shitty games. That's the only problem.
Well, no, it has a lot of shitty shit from Microsoft. They got some great shit in it though. Devil May Cry 5, this, that, and the other. Microsoft shit is shitty, but took Gears of War did. You know what I mean? But listen, if you guys like this dog shit show today,
hit the like button
with his janky ass.
Hit the like button if you think Z's standing for Marvel.
And listen, every last one of you motherfuckers that went against me in the chat.
I'm gonna get Raimi Army up.
Listen, I gotta buy my t-shirts name. I ain't gonna forget this shit, bro.
I'm gonna get Raimi Gang on your Twitter.
Yeah, Remy Gang shit going down there.
They even dug up. You see nothing but Tobey Maguire.
Hey, bro, they dug up dead ass Stan Lee with his daughter. Somebody's daughter up in the nursing home. What the fuck is going on? This shit that went personal. They said this shit that went personal. Mass was like, come on, it's a strange daughter. She didn't even take care of this the fuck down. I said, oh, these motherfuckers crazy, bro.
I started laughing when that dude standing for Marvel, he says, well, it's a good thing I hear Xbox Scorpio is going to mop the floor PS5.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he said that, and he deleted the tweet because everybody's like, Scorpio? What the fuck is you talking about? And then all his Stan fans is like, yeah, next gen, I'm going to get me an Xbox Scorpio. Fuck PlayStation. Like, what? Like, what is y'all talking about? Yo,
this motherfucker says you need to tear up that Sony contract. This motherfucker out here standing for Disney. He said I already got their t-shirt. Fuck, nigga. Fuck all y'all. But listen, man. Listen.
Hit the like button.
My condolences. But be over on. Yo, what's up with that Call of Duty jam skitter?
I think it's
on that shit later today.
You can download it.
Yeah, I'm going to download it. Like I said, listen, I'm going on one.
It's only 2 verse 2 though.
I know. Check. I ain't, bro. I'm a Battlefield dude. To be honest with you, man. I'm gonna try it. I ain't never really played.
Yo, Z, I'm gonna be out real quick, man. I'm gonna get some food and shit.
Yeah, about to give me a couple. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm at the same conversation, the same talk. Come rock with me over here on Twitch. and we gotta talk about a few things, man. And listen, and I Puertorock left. I can't wait to talk about behind his back.
Yeah, fuck your
Oh,
goddamn.
so I thought he left. I want to talk about behind his back. Goddamn. All right, look. All right. Anyway, I'm out of here, yo.
I gotta go. I'm gonna check you out. Hit me up on.
All right, say no more. Yo, hit me tomorrow when you get back in.
I'll hit you up.
All right. But yeah, we're gonna bring back to the digital streets. Me and Puertorock going back and forth, man. But listen, I don't be how you motherfuckers understand what I was saying. I'm gonna say this shit again. I don't give a fuck about who make more money and bigger pie. I don't get. Listen, you would never have me out there capping over another motherfucker's money. That ain't my thing. What I'm saying is overall, Sony just spent all this goddamn money on fucking Insomniac on the heels of goddamn Spider-Man. You get the deal done, get some more intellectual property you can make games for. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't give a fuck about no movies. I'm talking about the goddamn games. You know what I mean? Fucking, I would love to see a Black Panther game made by Insomniac. You know what I mean? Would they quit? You know what I mean? Whoever the fucking Naughty Dog making give me a violent character from fucking give me a violent character from Marvel. I'm not a big Marvel guy, but give me who's a violent character? A Magneto game or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Or a Logan game or some shit. Naughty Dog with all the kills. Like, I think that should be dope, bro. That should be huge. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Who made what millions, this, that, and the other? Nah, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, bro. See, I'm crazy how they arguing about it. Well, Sony is not. I don't give a fuck. I'm talking about for gaming. That's what the fuck I'm talking about, man. I don't give a fuck about that other shit. Trust me. You know what I mean? Or, yeah, the Punisher. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Get the deal done or whatever the fuck the case may be. Tomato. And there's no denying that, Spider-Man is big as he is right now, or hype. Because he's part of the Venom universe. Why? You get to fight different enemies outside of the Sandman and the Alligator Man and all that dumb shit. Get to fight other motherfuckers. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to just talk about again. Disney has this great plethora of fucking characters. Sony got great fucking studios and making exclusives. Get the goddamn deal done. That's what I'm talking about, man. Y'all motherfuckers arguing about what they put up, man. Y'all niggas sound crazy out there capping for another motherfucking money. Wolverine, the Punisher. Yeah. Y'all motherfuckers crazy. That sound like them Xbox guys are defending motherfucking the Warden Sea of Thieves, man. Don't ever take your eye off the picture, man. Fuck, arguing with another.
Is you live, bro?
Yeah, am I live? Who that? Yeah, I'm live.
This is Moss.
Oh, Moss, what's up? I'm about to go right over to Twitter. Moss, what's going on, Moss? Listen, hold up. Listen, I gotta say this too, right? And I want to give a huge shout out to something. Hold on one second, motherfucker. You been at, Moss? I've been trying to holler at you for the last 5 days, motherfucker. You ain't. What, you owe me some money or something? Damn.
I told you to take my old ass to the hospital.
Oh, you had to go to the hospital?
Yeah, I was in there last night and this morning.
Oh, well, I thought you should take your son to the hospital or some shit. Somebody fell.
Oh, no, I had to go. I mean, I got home like around...
I told that motherfucker that's all that diabetes.
I got home like around 1 or something like that.
Don't told his blind ass reading the chat wrong. This motherfucker got the diabetes and flared up on his ass. His blind ass. Hey, listen, I'm going right now over to Twitch. I'm going to say this again, guys. If you have Amazon Prime... you can sign up to my Twitch shit there. It's absolutely goddamn free. You know what I mean? I'm coming right over. We got the same conversation. We're going to have a little fun today and get Moss take of what do you think about this whole shit here. Let me just switch it over. Literally